Good afternoon, PLW Nation. It is like 3:30 on the Pacific Coast time. I'm here with James Stein. We got the last series of the night, the reigning champs, Cajuns, against the upstart, Pharaohs.
Yeah, well, both of these teams are in for some real impressive stuff right here. I think it's going to be a bit of a slugfest, and then eventually we'll probably see the pitchers dial in. Either way, I'm anticipating a really competitive series.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, I don't look at records, so to speak. I look at, the lineup week in and week out. We were a part of a series earlier. You couldn't have scripted that. You know what I mean? It was a good series, hard fought. But you can never tell in the PLW who's going to win one series versus another. Anybody can beat anybody.
Oh, well, and that's the thing, which is why the power rankings, we do them because they're fun. But at the end of the day, on any given week, anyone can beat anyone. Anyone can get swept. You never know what's going to happen in this league because you've just got guys who step up sometimes out of nowhere.
Yeah, plastic ball, plastic bat, weird things happen.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
So we're going to start with the Cajuns are in the field. They're going to be the home team. Trevor, pull that lineup up for the Pharaohs. I know the Pharaohs are going to have you a little short today. They got Logan Christie leading off, arguably one of the better players in this league. He proved himself as a championship series MVP, a three-way player, offense, defense, and pitching. Yep, and then we got Seth Barden, powerful rookie in the two-hole. Parker Trask, not the power hasn't been there, but he was powerful in the PCL. Look for him to keep going. Look at Riley Baxa. I think he's their best pitcher. Oh, he's not here? Oh, okay. Terabat. So we're going Anzo Valencia, former Sand Viper.
Mm-hmm. Former Night Owl.
Former a lot of things, but one thing he is, Gold Glove caliber at third.
One of the best.
One of the best. Josh Bosnos looks like he might be a late arrival. And then you got the ever-present Tara Hall cleaning it up. So looks like, they're facing the defending Cy Young Award winner, Ryan Roosh, on the mound.
Yeah, well, Ryan Roosh is just one of those guys who came into the league, and you see him, and you go, ugh, he's going to be so annoying for the rest of my career. And he's lived up to it. He's been just a pesky bat. He's got power, but he mostly just punishes and torments pitchers. And then on the mound, he's got that long stride, excellent control. He just knows what he's doing out there. Looks like he was born to play whiffs.
Yeah. I think his biggest strength is he's not afraid to walk out. 3-2, he'll bury that slider at your feet, and you think it's going to be, he's trying to throw me a strike, and he's burying that slider at your feet. He's not afraid to walk out. It makes him even more effective.
Yeah, he's playing chestnut checkers out there, and you would think that he's kind of like a big, dumb goon because he's so loud and playful and energetic. But when you sit down and you talk to him, I mean, this is a guy who's extremely cerebral.
And now his homage.
Oh, I got to say. Can we get a shot of that? Can we get a shot of Ryan Roosh tying his shoe? Oh, we missed it.
The homage.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You love to see it. But yeah, as I was saying, when you get Roosh out there with a guy like Leday, who is also extremely cunning, it is a vicious 1-2, not just because they're good at pitching, but also because of their mentality and their ability to lead. You got two of those guys on the same team.
Yeah, I wrote in the power rankings, all is fine in Cajun land. Don't let the slow start fool you. If they have a winning series this week, they'll be, right at 500, right in the middle of the pack, and I think they'll be good to go. You're going to have Sashi Boba at third, rookie Gavin Manziel at short, David Seifert, man on the second side, Cody Runnalls in center, and Chris Gearing in left.
And for those who don't know, the reason Gavin is on the Cajuns is because Logan needed to be traded to the Pharaohs when they played up.
Yes, and that was, if he didn't play so good, he wouldn't have had to give him up.
That's true. And so Logan basically would have been a conflict of interest. So he had to go to the Pharaohs, and he's a very good player. So they had to give up a very valuable piece.
Oh, big swing.
Can you change that lineup?
Yeah.
Roosh 1 and 2 ahead of the leadoff hitter. And that one's fouled back.
Who am I doing? The Cajuns?
Roosh working at a fairly consistent pace here. Oh, beautiful little, I wouldn't even call it a drop, kind of a ball that just fell off the table, and it's like you were just saying, Brad, he's so good. He'll just bury that ball and say, I bet you will. And indeed, Logan did. That one is yoinked.
Oh, what a great
but
catch.
Right into the left fielder's steady hands. Good swing there. But nothing to show for it. And Roosh, just like that, 2 quick outs. Let's see if he can get a 1-2-3 inning here. One thing to look out for with the Pharaohs, as I eat time here for my co-commentator, one thing to worry about with them is the swing-happy nature of these young athletes, as that one is right in there at 52.
Yeah, their on base percentage is the lowest. They don't take a lot of walks, and they swing and miss a lot. So it's kind of a bad recipe in the PLW.
Yeah, the thing about the Pharaohs that I don't think they've yet realized is that if you hit 3 home runs a game and they're all solo home runs, you will lose games. So you've got to put pressure on the pitchers, because this is a league where if you walk 2 batters, you are done for the game.
Yes.
Got to put pressure on the pitchers, and you got to swing at strikes. But Trask unable to do that.
So I got the first half of their lineup. I need the rest of their lineup, guys.
Logan.
What's the rest of the lineup? I need the whole lineup. They just gave it to me. Got it.
So it looks like Logan will be out there to start game 1. And this has always been a thing with the Pharaohs, especially after having to give up their top player for Logan. The question is, I lied. It's not Logan out there.
Is Josh Bosnos on the mound? Okay. And Bosnos pitching.
Yeah, I remember facing Bosnos. He struggled mightily to find the zone when he played us week 1. He also struggled mightily, again, when it comes to swinging at pitches out of the zone. These are young, athletic kids. They want to tank it.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to learn patience if they want to be able to succeed at a high level. This is not PCL anymore. And I wouldn't say that they're off to a dreadful start, but I think that for them, they probably expected to go out there and start 7-2, and it's just not been like that for them.
Yeah, I wasn't. My power rankings had them a little further down. I didn't have them as quite as high as some other people, just because of. I looked at my batting average in the PCL, almost 400, and I'm a 200 career PCL hitter. There's some translation there.
I agree. That's a great way to think about it. Lineup for the Cajuns. We are looking at Cody Runnalls, Gavin, and then Ryan Roosh, Andrew Leday, Cody Giordano, and then at number 6 is Devlin Daniel. A solid-looking lineup here. A couple guys under the line. We might see Sashi Boba bat eventually. Dave Seifert, a good, useful guy. But when you've got both of those guys under the line, it means you've brought a really strong lineup. And we'll see if Runnalls can lock in just as good as any hitter in this league. It's when he loses himself that he starts to struggle, and he'll take the first 3 pitches for a miss, and he'll be right on par for a leadoff walk, and sure enough, there it is.
So he leads the league in walks. I want to say he had 10 coming in. That his batting average is low, but his OPS, on-base percentage, is pushing 450.
Yeah, again, as we were saying about the Pharaohs, walking is such an integral part of this game, and for a guy like Runnalls, that is the key to his offensive success. Force not just strikes, but big, meaty strikes that you can really lay into.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Bosnos struggling mightily to find the zone.
Barden.
I'm sorry, Barden. My apologies. Popped up to Logan Christie, and a quick out as Manziel's retired.
I'm almost there. I'm almost caught up. There we go.
So 1 on, 1 out, and that'll bring up Ryan Roosh, who shaved his head.
No, I think that's just a natural haircut.
He looks like One Punch Man. Swing and a miss. Oh, there's one punch into the gap and off the wall for a double.
Okay, recap what Logan did. What did Logan do?
When he was batting,
Yeah, when
he
he
struck out.
Strikeout. Oh. Seth Barden.
Was he the second batter?
Yep.
He lined out to left.
Oh, fly ball left field. And the last guy, Parker Trask, strikeout.
He also struck out, yes.
All right. And then
Okay.
All right, we're almost there, folks. I'm going to catch up quick. And then
Yep.
Kevin Mansell with a pop out.
Yes. And then a double from Roosh. It's 1-0 Cajuns.
Yeah, I got that.
That'll bring up Andrew Leday, a.k.a. Ricky Bobby. You might be wondering, why do I call him Ricky Bobby? Well, I'll tell you. As he rips that one up the middle, that is going to score Roosh because Terra, who we love, just doesn't have the firepower in the arm to get it home like that. I call him Ricky Bobby because his name is Andrew Leday, yeah?
Yes.
Andrew Leday, Ricky Bobby. And that's how you get there.
All right, we are all caught up. Now I can be part of the broadcast. Devlin Daniel. Wait a minute, I have Cody Giordano. That's not, can't be right.
I thought I saw him on the lineup.
Yeah, I did too. So this is,
Is he not here?
he might not be here.
I don't see him. So we might we might be getting Sashi Boba.
Yeah, Sashi Boba. So I'll make a note.
2-2 pitch on the way. I'm surprised Daniel was able to get bat on that one. Looked low, but he fights it off.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's just do it this way.
Another foul ball. Daniel having a pretty solid at-bat here, and Devlin Daniel is one of those guys who you're just sitting there waiting for him to put it all together.
Yes.
And we've been sitting there waiting for it since season 2.
A lot of power, a lot of leverage. Really good baseball player, good baseball pitcher. Like I said, he shows flashes,
Yes.
but consistency. But again, he hasn't had a lot of playing time. He's kind of been a bit player. Now he's getting a lot more playing time.
Big swing and a miss there. On a full count pitch, no less, and a big one there.
2 down.
So that will bring up Sashi Boba and not Cody Giordano.
Got
For
it.
those of you keeping score at home, and to those of you who are keeping score at home, your loneliness saddens me. That one fouled back toward us. Someone's going to get that reference. It's a Simpsons reference. Another one. That, folks, I believe, is the first time we have ever seen 2 balls back-to-back fouled into our booth.
And I missed both of them. One, I had the screen in front of me, so I couldn't.
I think one of them went through the ring light.
Bounces that one. Can Boba roll this lineup over? The 6-hole hitter is one of the most important lineups. Parson,
I couldn't agree more.
getting it back to the top.
Yeah, one thing about these Pharaohs team is I think just in the way that they need to learn to take pitches as Boba walks, and that'll do it for Barden. And Christie will immediately come in. But like one of the big things with the Pharaohs is much in the way that they need to learn to take more pitches. They need to learn when they're pitching how to adjust what they're doing to something like a swirling wind, which if you don't know, folks, today, the wind, 1 minute it's blowing out to left, 1 minute it's blowing in from left, and then the next it's blowing back out to right. And on a day like that, you need to really, what I say, for my anime fans out there, I like to see you got to access your inner airbender and feel the wind and work through the wind. That's what we were telling Ogburn out there in our series against you guys.
So Billy tells me if the wind switches, he's able to change grips mid-pitch.
Yes.
And go from a hard slider to his drop ball or something so that he can, for him, it said it's just a half a rotation for him.
Yep.
So he's like in the middle of I kick the leg up, I feel it. I'll just switch it mid grip as he keeps it behind him. And like, to me, that's just you got to know the ball, got to be familiar.
Yeah.
As a baseball player, I knew where the laces were, but.
Oh, another one back to us. Wow. But yeah, that's what I mean when I say you got to be an airbender, because that is what you are doing when you're throwing a wiffle ball. And you know who does that real well? Logan Christie.
Yeah. Now, do you think this is a smart? So he's a manager and a player. It's tough to do both.
It's very hard to do both.
He's got 2 outs, 2 on. Is it that big in this series that use an entire inning of his value for 1 out?
Well, let me tell you, he got out of it, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And he doesn't have to come back in now.
Yeah.
He can, you know what I mean? He can bring someone else in. But in a moment like that, it's the same thing we did where we talked about, okay, when am I going to come in, right? When am I going to try and shut the door? And so we made a couple of decisions based off of that. In my opinion, if you have a moment to take a game or if you sense a big moment, I would rather your number one guy be there.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's my general stance.
Yeah, I noticed that, I want to say 2 series ago for the Cajuns. Leday with no Roosh pitched himself, in the 3rd game, I think he pitched himself in 3 separate occasions to get the innings in, but to get out of jams every time, and they were able to take that game and win the series. So,
yeah, well, let me tell you something about that. When you're an ace, part of being an ace isn't just being a good pitcher. Part of being an ace is the ability to say, what's that? I need to come in right now with no warm-ups. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
That's part of being an ace. And there are some newer players who have really filthy stuff but haven't tackled that part of the game yet.
yeah.
And Ricky Bobby. Andrew Leday. He's a guy who can do that, as can Ryan Roosh. And again, that's why having 2 guys like that on the same team is so just devastating for the opposing players. As the Pharaohs continue to live up to their reputation of chasing balls outside of the zone. Oh, a quick pitch, and it's lifted. Settling under it, though, is the left fielder. Who is in left field?
That's Chris Gearing.
Chris Gearing settles under it. He's made 2 nice plays now. Speaking of making nice plays, how about that Spencer Barrick?
Spencer Barrick, he's on my bad list here.
Is he the best outfielder in the league?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I mean,
I'm a little
there's some
partial.
good ones.
I'm a little partial to Casey Taravella, but
Sure.
that's me.
Casey's really good. Tyler Hallad is really good. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Halid.
Salad. That's how he told
I
me.
know. But then I think two salads, and then I can't get that out of my head, and I mess it up. Anyway, he's amazing. Tom Gannon, when he was a regular player here, he was arguably the best outfielder in the entire. But what Spencer was able to do today in swirling wind is so difficult.
Yeah, he played fantastic. He was. Saved the series. I think
He's the reason why we won that series.
For
Otherwise,
sure.
we would have been swept, in my opinion.
And then Tara Hall batting. So Tara Hall, don't throw her nasty. If you throw her cookies, you might have a chance. 10 around to try to get her out with a nasty screwball, and she roped it down the first base line.
Interesting.
And then she swings at that, but that's kind of what you got to do. If you just groove it in there, you've been able to get out. But they grooved her one, and then they said if the wind would have been blowing out last week, she hits a home run.
Wow.
So
Giordano is here now.
Yeah,
I think he was just late. Under the line.
Yeah, under the line. So we're going to go to the bottom of the second.
You see how fast Roosh is working right now?
Yeah, he's like yourself, with an 0-1 count. I think you guys both understand the value of strike two.
Yeah.
In the first two pitches, you guys are trying to get to strike two. However, it is, especially with a day where contact is, pitching to contact, even the best hitters aren't going to hit it out today.
Yeah, when I came out here and I felt the wind, first thing I said is, all right, I'm pitching to contact. I want the ball on the ground. I want the ball in the air. I trust my fielders. And Roosh doing the same thing right now. But Roosh is again, he will punish you if you leave the zone as a hitter. And the Pharaohs need to make an adjustment, and they need to do it quick because it's getting late early.
All right, so now Logan Christie back out for his second inning, trying to keep this a 2-0 lead. And you got Gavin Manziel. These two trade opposites.
A little bit of sentimental value in this competition right here between the two of them. Kind of, hey, I remember you, you remember me. Pharaohs, they really steamrolled their way through PCL, and you must give them credit for that.
Yes.
Beautiful pitch there, and a swing and a miss.
Ryan Roosh up one for one with a double.
Yeah, Roosh responsible for that first run, and then Leday singled him in.
The power of the extra base hit. A double, and then it takes a single to score. Doubles clear the bases typically, so the power of the extra base hit.
And that is why defense is so important in this one. Oh, my goodness. Logan Christie with a quick pitch. Look at this right here. Look at this cheeky little pitch right here. Perfect location. Oopsie doopsie. And that one misses badly.
Now you got Andrew Leday, who they got Tara over there, but he's gonna hit this backside. I think. Take what Logan gives him.
If I'm Leday, look at all of that space in center field.
I know.
I'm licking my chops at center field right now.
Logan's so athletic though up the middle.
Well, you just got to elevate and celebrate, as they say. 2-2 count. So both Leday and Christie flew from the East Coast this morning and are now here playing. They were playing in a Mid-Atlantic Wiffle Ball fast pitch tournament yesterday. So they played all day yesterday, got on a plane this morning, and now here they are squaring off against each other. How about that?
I would say they need a hobby, but obviously they have a hobby.
Oh, that's roped.
And that's what a play by Bosnos.
That is such a nice, fluid, smooth leaping play. Didn't leap because he was lunging for it, leapt because it was the right thing to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's kind of like from Major League Fly Ball. Caught.
Yes. Yes. Just made it look super easy because he got a great jump and he took a great route.
Yeah, so we're going to go to the top of the third. Pharaohs have yet to put a runner on, and Logan Christie, top of the order, is coming up against Ryan Roosh, he got a bite. It looks like he got a bite of pizza or something. He's going to have some grease on his fingers. Look for the nasty grease ball here. I think if we should ban the headband.
You should ban that kid
because it's flowing, it's distracting. I think we should
get out of here with that.
I want to see him in the Karch Karai visor.
Yeah, that would be nice.
The defense that they have. I look at this defense and it's like Runnalls in the outfield. But Manziel is a great shortstop, but he also can play. So I guess moving Giordano, because he maybe have been a little bit late, I think they could have put Giordano at short, who plays there. And
I was going to say, I don't know why Giordano's not out there right now. He's a very athletic guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's stretching or...
Well, I think they said maybe he was coming for the second game, so maybe he wasn't even below the line. So
Oh, that could be, yeah. Maybe he just showed up early.
There's a
ripped. Oh!
Great job, Logan Christie, with a line drive single as he gets him on the board.
Yeah, good, strong line drive hit. Leadoff hitter, that's exactly what you need from your leadoff hitter right there. Nice, strong single, and now you got to trust the rest of the guys to get it done.
But these are the guys that Roosh is going to feast on. He's going to throw that slider down. It's going to look like a strike, and then these guys are really close, so he's going to pitch inside, and the guys that back off, he works on the outside pipe.
One of the most important things that you need to learn as a new wiffle ball player is that the bat is longer than you think. You should be standing further back, not crowding the plate. You're only setting yourself up for failure by doing that.
I think the one guy that gets away with it is Hollis Hale, because he wants you to throw it in there. He's crowding the plate because he wants you to throw it in there. But
I was, it's funny. I was actually talking with Bauer, and there's another strikeout for Roosh. I was talking with Bauer about this, and we agreed that if you miss to him, you're cooked.
Yeah.
But if you're a good pitcher and you know how to put it right up and in on him, he's going to be under that every time with that big uppercut swing, and you can really handle him. But I think if you're Hollis Hale, you make that trade.
yeah.
Ripped.
Ball.
Oh, that bounces. Seifert,
Maybe
beautiful throw.
4-8-2, and that's a quid double play. In play. Fielder's choice.
To those of you who are new, when a batter strikes a ball, if it bounces, you got 5 seconds to make the play. Pitching change here for the Pharaohs, and you were right, Logan is out now. Anyway, you have 5 seconds to complete the play, and that goes for any routine ground ball as well as a double play. So, sometimes you got to rush it. I know we had in our series, we had one that was kind of softly hit to the pitcher, and I had to really rush it in there and whip it into the zone. So sometimes it's like that, but sometimes it's nice and easy, like the one that we just saw.
Yeah, and Dave's known for his arm. He has a strong arm. He made sure he got the holes right, so he didn't throw the riser to give that man to second base. Worst case scenario, if you bounce it, so what?
Right. You just don't want to throw it over the backstop, because if you throw it over the backstop, the runner's going to advance an extra base.
Extra base, and then you've got the heart of the Cajun order up with a man in scoring position. Not what they wanted to do. Pharaohs avoid the big inning there, and they go right to Josh Bosnos again, another guy who's really good in the PCL, through a lot of strikes. A lot of sliders, but that's kind of the number one pitch. I just call it fastball. But he does work with a screwball. Problem is he spikes it.
Yeah, and again, that's a symptom, a characteristic, call it what you want, of a newer player. And these guys will learn, and they'll probably learn quite quickly. But here in the early parts of their first season in PLW, if I'm a hitter, I'm thinking, let's just walk this guy out. Popped up and played. Nicely done.
Yeah, so that one, shortstop called it, but literally blew right to the second baseman.
Well, again, it's good communication, and that's one thing that this team clearly has. And that's such an important part of playing defense. So one away, and here's Boba. Another thing worth noting in this game is we currently, in this series, have the two best wiffle ball names in the league, Alonso Valencia and Sashi Boba.
Very okay. I'll agree with that.
And so, for Bosnos and these Pharaohs in PCL, if you throw strikes, you will be effective. It's not quite like that in this league. If you throw strikes, too many of them in this league, you're going to get hammered. And I think that these guys know that, and that's kind of why they're missing a little bit. They might be a little bit afraid of the zone right now.
Yeah, you got to trust your stuff on a win like this. It's
The case in point, he's just not able to work through the wind. Yeah. He's battling the wind right now. And let me tell you something, as a wiffle baller, if you battle the wind, you will lose every time. You must work through the wind.
Mother Nature wins every time.
Yes, correct. Always adjust to your climate. As this one's popped up. Oh, Bosnos ended up making that play, chased it down himself. I got to say, Bosnos hit an absolute tank off of me week 1. I was very impressed with his swing.
Yeah, there's power is not their problem. I think
No.
they were 3rd in the league in home runs,
I believe it.
but one of the bottom that runs scored. So that's just the beauty of people getting on base. And there's his screwball. So 55, good pitch.
Yeah, but the win like this, the screwball, if he can throw that one first strike, that's going to have to become his go-to because the slider is going to get poked out there into right field every time.
There he goes with the slider, and it just goes away from him.
Yeah, do you see the shrug?
Yeah.
That is the shrug of a guy who's, I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. It's not working because you're trying to fight the wind.
Yeah. When he brings up a little bit of velocity, he keeps his speed up to 55 in that 57, range. He has more control of it. Instead of trying to do that lollipop, just work in the 55. If you're a little over, it's okay.
That's another thing to remember. I haven't seen it from either of these teams yet. You're allowed to throw harder than 55. It's just a ball if they don't swing. Yeah. And there you go. There's one that's 60. That's what you like to see on a 1-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Beautiful sunny day here in Las Vegas.
Oh, picturesque. This is a Chamber of Commerce kind of stuff. Oh, just missed inside. Full count.
Really good eye there. Is this Manziel?
This is Manziel.
Great eye there.
This is a guy who, despite his slight stature, absolutely punishes everything he hits.
Speak of the devil, but it's hit right to Christie, who actually has to come in on it. That ball was spanked, but right now the first channel of wind, meaning the lowest channel of wind, is blowing straight in from left field. So if you hit a line drive like that, it's going to get caught up in the wind.
If you hit it kind of at the center, and you have a little tail on it, like a little slice, it'll ride that wind, and we saw that in the first series. And
yes, we did. One of the Goot bombs did just that. But we didn't have very many home runs in our series.
No.
I mean, there were some that should have been, right?
Yes.
But I was reflecting on it. I hit one, Goot hit 2. And then someone hit one.
Brendan Height hit one for us.
Brendan Height did hit one for you guys. He went oppo. And then Billy probably should have had 3.
Yeah. Quite a few.
Billy was swinging very, very well today, but we can feel it up here. We're up at the second channel because our booth is elevated. The second channel is also blowing in from left field. So it is not friendly for right-handed batters. And you got to be on the ground and through the middle right now. Yeah. We'll see if the Pharaohs can make that adjustment.
They should, but now they got another inning of Ryan Rushin. So this is one of the guys who stands a little further away from the plate. Look for Ryan to work that outside pitch, get him looking there, and then bury him with that slider inside.
Yeah, again, like I said, I was very impressed by Bosnos. I threw him one pitch, and he launched it into center field, and I said, oh, okay, we got a real hitter on our hands.
There's 52 right down the pipe. Best wiffle nicknames in the PLW. So we got a lot of people in this one. We got Southside Chassis, C-Run, Lolo, Zoe, and Giobamo.
That is the worst nickname I've ever heard. I don't know why.
I'm going with Southside Sashi.
Southside Sashi is sick. That would be my, if I could vote right now, that would be mine. I like my nickname though.
Let's not go there.
Shoelaces.
Oh, laces.
Shoelaces.
Just laces. Okay.
What did you guys think I was talking about?
There's a swing. Sashi Boba eats it up, makes the routine play.
So sure-handed.
Yeah.
And Sashi, he's been around for a good few seasons now. The difference, the notable difference between guys who have been doing this for 2-3 seasons versus guys who are just getting into this, it's the step in the throw, it's the lack of pressure, it's the taking your time, and Sashi Boba embodies that just as well as anyone in this league.
Yeah, you'll hear me saying it a lot. Plenty of time.
Plenty.
When you sprawl on the ground and knock it down, there's so much time to get up and make a good throw that, the ball's getting to you in less than a second.
Yeah.
And the ball will get from your hand in less than a second. Just take your time, make a good throw.
How we doing on that poll?
Oh, C-Run. Well,
wow, C-Run is running away with it.
I wonder if Gammy's in if his mom is in the chat buying the votes. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, well,
that's
capitalism, baby.
Puts one in play. Manziel gobbles it up, makes the routine play.
I got to say, that should have been hit harder.
Right.
Roosh isn't going to miss very often, and when he does, you really need to punish him. This game is flying by.
Well, I know you have someplace to be. You have to be out of here. You might get more than you think. We might get all these games in.
Well, I am here and yours for another 90 minutes.
Oh, there we go. All right, we're going to go. Let's see, is Bosno's back on the mound? So
Looks like it.
Bosno back on the mound. He's got one walk already. But now he's going to face the heart of the lineup: Ryan Roosh, Andrew Leday, Devlin Daniel. If anybody's going to do some damage, these are the three guys that can do it.
Yeah, well, Bosno's looked to have figured something out with the screwball in that third inning. And so it might just become a situation where, the slider's there just to show the slider, and then the screwball's there to actually get the heavy lifting done, as we see some of our fans kind of hanging out at the mansion here in Vegas, location undisclosed.
Right. I don't know. Panic's not working. There's 3 girls there. Let's get it right. All right, Ryan Roosh leading up.
Oh, there's 3 ladies? I thought one of those was Zach Hartwell.
No, he doesn't have the thing around his head. Ryan Roosh 1 for 2 with a double. He gets down early. See what Bosnos does here.
Yeah, we really only saw action in the first inning.
There's that screwball.
No, so it's nice, right? It's got good vertical movement. It's cutting in on the batter. He is just spiking it, though, as you predicted.
Yeah, that just comes from squeezing it maybe just a little bit too much or release point.
Yeah, I heard the commentators talking about that as it relates to Brandon Gregg yesterday.
Fly ball, Logan Christie, there.
Nice, easy play. Everything's hanging up. But yeah, this is not baseball. You need to, again, it requires a gentle touch. You are playing with air. And I think that's the most important thing to remember. The ball needs to kind of just float out of your hand or flow out of your hand, or you're not truly throwing it.
It's more like I always kind of caption it. Don't think of an arm motion. Think of it as a wrist motion, like you're throwing darts.
Yeah.
Because that's where my success comes from.
Especially in a league where you can only throw 55. You've really got to try to throw it softer, especially if you're used to baseball.
Yeah. You see guys that are really good baseball players come out here and just cannot figure it out, and they have no idea why. It's like, well, that ball has 8 holes in the top, and it's got a mind of its own.
It would be like a checkers player playing in a chess tournament. They're just different. I think Leday wanted that one.
I think so, too. I think he's looking to hit, like you said, that big green grass up in the middle.
Well, I think Leday's thinking walk him out, force Christie to use some more innings in a game that they're already winning. Yeah. That would be my mentality. Oh. Grandma.
Yeah, what are we doing? You worked the count to 3-1. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think he was trying to steal a walk. So now I think we'll see him lock in a bit more. And sure enough, there's the walk. Bosnos is cooked. Looks like Trask.
Yep, Parker Trask, which makes sense.
I got to say, and this is no disrespect, the first time I saw his jersey, I thought it said trash on the back. And I was like, buddy, you're being too hard on yourself. What's going on, man? You okay? How we living? But no, it's not an H. It is a K.
Yeah.
Trask.
Yeah, Parker Trask. So he learned, he just was throwing the ball. And then to my demise, I taught him how to hold a slider. And he threw it against me, and he was like, oh, I threw one. And it came from behind my back and hit the inside pipe. I'm like,
yep.
Good job. I hurt myself there. But really long. Like, he's he's probably one of the few guys, if he takes a full stride, that line becomes an issue for him. But it's just a natural stride for him.
Sure. Yeah. Deceptively tall, Trask. And, we saw like 3 batters when he came in against us. He immediately walked out. But you can tell he's another one of those guys where it's like, all right, you just need to experience the innings, and then it will get there.
Well, I think they came from the PCL where they pretty much dominated from week in and week out. But the stuff still translates. Throwing
to a degree.
Throwing strikes, still throw strikes.
Sure. Like hitting is hard.
Yeah. This is a failure game.
Yes.
I appreciate the fact that he threw strike 1 and then he tried to throw a slider, but now right here, when it's 1 and 2, be competitive. Whether it's up or down, be competitive with your strike ball.
Right. Well, you could tell that he understands what he's meant to do.
Yeah.
It just comes down to, can you put that ball where you're trying to put that ball? It takes a minute to learn how to do that.
For sure. And Devlin takes another pitch inside. Works the count full here after getting down 1. After our good friend Kyle Lohman, who says even down 0-2, you're not out of an at-bat.
Ah, that's true. You got to be like Juan Soto about it, as that one's grounded to short. Flip to second. A little double clutch, but an easy double play. But yeah, it's all about engagement. You gotta stay engaged in the bat, and it's something. If you look at my splits, not to talk about our series that much, but I made a lot of outs in the first game and a half, and we were talking about it, and they said, well, no, try this and try that and make this adjustment, and then I made the adjustments and I got a couple of hits in games 2 and 3, and I felt better about myself. And making those adjustments is a really big part of this game.
Yeah, because you're going to face guys that are. If the recipe to get you out stays the same and you don't make an adjustment,
Right.
you're going to have it's going to be a long week.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole week. It's not like before where we played every night. You could be back. You could play on a Friday and be back on Tuesday and get a real. Some of us are waiting another 8 days. For you, it could be a month before you're back. Depending on what your schedule allows.
Yeah, I'll be back here on the 12th.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where it'd be a long time if you don't change the recipe to get you out. Everybody's going to figure it out.
And the hardest part about that is knowing that you have a finite amount of bats. And you're like, oh, no, I've only got like 2 or 3 more bats left, so I got to do something. And, of course, when you start thinking about it, that's how you ruin your day. So you really got to be able to engage in the at-bat, but disengage from the situation and not be bigger than the moment.
Why did we change? So we cannot have lights. Location of the field actually impacts on what's called the Red Rock area. So we have a national park here that can't have lights at this height right now. So hopefully the goal is to get that adjusted. And once that happens, we'll be back on weeknights. But right now we're going to play season 6 during the weekends.
Yeah, and what actually happens is if those lights shine on the red rocks for long enough, the rocks become sentient, and then they march down into the city. And we can't have that.
Can't have that.
Logan Christie strikes out badly against Roosh, who is, at this point, really just toying with the Pharaohs. He is not having any problems at all.
I got him with 9 strikeouts through 5.
Yeah, there were a lot of shutout innings pitched in our series, but there was a lot of contact. Everyone was pitching to contact because of the conditions, the wind and such. Roosh is like, no, I'm going to strike you out.
Well, I think his stuff is just so. He's a lefty from 3/4, and there were very few lefties that these guys have seen. And when I want to say with Roosh and Leday, I don't think there's any other lefties in the league that I can. Oh, Justin Spurrier.
Mm-hmm.
But lefties are a phenomenon that a lot of people don't have. So.
Yeah, and especially if you're a right-handed batter, it just feels like the ball's coming from a million miles away, and so you really got to let it curve into the bat, and that ball is gone. Braden let that ball curve right into his bat.
Yeah, so there's a bomb from Seth Barden as he hits another home run to get them on the board.
And guess what? That cuts the lead in half. And let me tell you something. That wasn't a cheapie. It is hard to get it out of here today. That ball, if I may, was binkily doink, bink, bang, boinkled out of here.
Okay. I'm going to say okay.
All right, hey, if I said something wrong, you can correct me. It's only going to get worse from here. The more home runs that happen, the more crazy it's going to get. So it's 2-1, and the Pharaohs are making some noise, and hey, they're right back in this game.
Yeah, 1-run game, like with runs this hard to come by, every run is big. But Seth Barden, one of the few guys in this league that has light tower power. There's no wind that keeps him from hitting it out.
Yeah, his power reminds me of Kenny McDowell's power.
Who won the first series? Tavano. That would be the ONEs. The ones took 2 games out of 3.
We are now 2/3 of the way toward our predicted wins at 4. We have won 4 of our 6 predicted games thus far.
All right, so that gives him I want to say it's 10 strikeouts already.
Working on 11 right now. Goodness gracious. And let me tell you something. These Pharaohs are doing it to themselves.
Yeah.
He's not throwing. I mean, how many times have you heard the pan rattle when he's on there? Not that many.
And there's a line drive.
Beautiful play by Gavin Manziel there. Kind of hit right to him, but hey, you still got to squeeze it.
Yeah, so they get through the 5th. It's 2-1 going to the bottom of the 6th. I like where the Pharaohs are at. They've been playing hard every time. They're one of those teams that they've gotten the bad split every time. They're 3-6. They've played every game. They've been in a lot of games. But this is the difference between winning and losing they have to find a way to win this game here.
Right. Right.
And they've held these guys to 2 runs in the first, and they finally got home run. They put a run on the board, and it's like, what are they going to do? Can they get a shot out here and get into that top of the inning and keep that momentum rolling?
Well, when you're not a top 4 team in this league, there's 2 things to think about. The first thing that you have to think about is, how do we compete in every game? Mm-hmm. How do we keep each game competitive? When you get to that point, as the Pharaohs have done in just about every single game they've played all year, when you're keeping games competitive, the next step is, how do we accelerate through and grab a win? And that can be a really hard hump for, middle of the road to mediocre teams to get over. We at the Ones have had several games that we just, especially game 3 in our series, we just couldn't push through it. So we'll see if the Pharaohs can do that here.
Well, again, they're doing it against the champs. These guys know how to win.
Yes.
They didn't win last year because they overpowered people. They won with pitching and defense.
Yes. They won with depth.
Yes.
Valencia's so sure-handed at third base. He's just...
Oh, and he gets it.
Oh, my goodness.
And he turfs it.
That is so unlike him. And that's coming from me. I turfed a ball earlier this morning as well. I was very upset with myself. Wouldn't be surprised if the wind knocked it down.
So Alonso, if he dives too hard to his right, that shoulder will pop out. So he has a really shoulder issue, so he has to kind of a wonky delivery. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of force behind it, but really accurate.
Yeah, we call that a butterfly throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has a butterfly throw, which when you have 5 seconds, that can be risky, but normally gets it done.
So C-run, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. See if he can roll this over at the lead. Like, they just want him to get on base. They're not expecting him to. I think works it 2-2.
Yeah, Trask and Bosnos, they're effectively wild here. Just good enough to... Oh, nice play by Logan Christie. Flip to second, on to first. It bounces.
What a great play.
Yeah, that's a ball. Sometimes when you're in the infield and there's one just smoked at you, you just kind of open your hands and deaden it. And that allows the play to be made. Logan Christie, great situational awareness. And if you watch the replay, you'll see after it hit off his hands, he had no idea where it was. But his team was paying attention, they were engaged, and they turned it into an out.
Yeah, so PLW difference is a little different. Got to rally to the ball.
Yes.
Because a lot of guys are going to just get in front of it. It gets there so fast.
Yeah, it's a big field. For medium pitch, it's a huge field. But these guys still hit the ball with 80, 85 mile an hour velocity. That is a hard hit ball. Deep drive.
Terra.
Oh, Terra not even making an effort there. And they will fire it over to third, surely in vain.
Yes.
First and third here. I want to see Terra running for that ball. What was that, Terra?
That was please don't hit it at me.
Yeah, she's in socks. Her feet must be so hot right now.
I know it's. But she bats without, she hasn't put, I don't think she's got shoes. She might not even own shoes. They might be in the dugout.
They got to get, they got to get her some shoes. Base hit.
That was another
It's going to score a run. Yeah, they got to get her some shoes. What is going on here? But you can see the Pharaohs are a bit shorthanded today. There's no Baxa. Logan told me that Baxa might show, but we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah. Only playing with 6 is hard, regardless of who's
Well, they're
in the
playing
lineup.
with 5.5 because one of their players doesn't have any shoes. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I'd almost say it'd be not better, but just to go with the 5 and play with, 2 and 2. Go old school. Or do like we used to do, just kind of put the one guy to the one side, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I guess. I just can't help but feel like she'd be better at fielding if she had traction.
Right?
I mean, that turf is hot. How are her poor little tootsies not burning up?
Mind over matter.
I suppose. She was saging the dugout before the series, so maybe that has something to do with it. No, that's such a smart play from Lonzo right there.
Yeah. It gets the out.
It moves the runner from first to third, but it holds the runner at third who does not score from home. And if you're Alonso and you need to come in on that ball, turn around and throw it to center, there's a non-zero chance that it's going into center field. Yeah. And then the run is scoring and you don't make the out. You go where the ball takes you, just like how when you're pitching, you pitch to the wind, not against it.
So now they got Devlin Daniel with 2 outs.
This is a big at bat here.
Yeah, this is a big at bat to securing the game. A single here might put it out of reach.
And again, Devlin, one of those guys who we've been waiting forever for him to put together. He's got a real chance here on these Cajuns to make a tremendous impact and step into the shoes that Logan kind of left empty there when he left to be on the Pharaohs.
There's what a great play.
You know, I don't think a lot of people know this. Logan Christie's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm
like
6'2". He's taller than I am.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's like 6'2", 6'3", 185, 195, athletic. The thing is, when I met Logan, he had one arm.
Yeah.
So I was watching him swing super soft. I was like, why is this big dude swinging so soft? And he's like, oh, because I like ripped my rotator cuff out. And then now, I mean, you look at him, and I mean, this boy is one of the top hitters in the league. He's extremely athletic in the outfield and in the infield. He's one of the top players in the league, quite frankly.
So the first couple of seasons, like a lot of people don't know, Logan pitched the Vaders into the PC.
Yes,
into
he
the
did.
PLW. He's always wanted to be an owner manager. That's been the goal maybe the whole time. But he's been on the shelf for 2.5 seasons with his shoulder.
Yeah.
So people didn't get to see him, but a lot of people traded for him and made transactions. I know the Warbirds made a big deal for him, not because of what he was, but what he could be.
Yeah, and then the Owls took him.
Yeah. Now you're seeing it, and he's the best player on their team, and a lot of times he's the best player on the field.
He can be. He has that potential, and there's not that many guys in this league who have potential like that. But you know who does have potential like that?
Logan Christie.
I was going to say Ryan Roosh.
Yeah, Ryan Roosh. Well, he got to a win, or 20 wins in a season where you only get 18 starts. I didn't think, when Miles said it, he got to start every game if he wanted
Yeah.
to. But he won 18 games. I didn't think that record was ever going to be approached.
Yeah.
And he tied it, and he had a chance to take it, but they lost the last game.
Yeah. And by the way, getting wins are so hard. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think if you look at my resume, I'm one of the top pitchers in this league. And if you look at my wins, like wins and losses are not very good for me because it's just hard to win games. You know, you can pitch real good and get no decisions or walk out or lose. You know what? It happens, you know?
Well, that's my man, JT Church. He's got an ERA of under 2, and he's 1-3 or 1-4 this year.
Yeah, I really like Church's stuff a lot. He's got something special with the way that he's able to throw so many different types of riser.
Yeah.
Tara Hall in, she'll take a ball up. Tara currently the only woman in the league.
Yes. We've had
some in the past. Abby Moats for a spell. A couple of others too, but currently Tara's the only one. Little ground ball to Roosh there. 2 away.
You can say, hey, don't hit it so hard. He's got a family. And now Logan Christie, and they need Logan he's 1 for 2. He 1 for 3, but his 2 outs have been strikeouts.
Yeah, well, we need a bloop and a blast is what the Pharaohs need here. It's their last out. You just got to do it with 2. Not quite.
But Runnalls has it. He's perched under it. And that'll end the first game.
Cardiac Cody giving me some heart murmurs with that one. But just like that, game 1 over. A very quiet but steady and sturdy win there for the Cajuns.
Yeah, it was quick. It was in and out. I mean, I think we played the game in 48 minutes.
Very fast.
Very fast. We're going to take a little maybe 4-minute break, and we'll be right back.
I'll see you then.
And that's a deep drive. Brandon Gregg! Oh! Taylor Reiner! Brandon Gregg, what a catch and play!
There's 9 games total.
Damn. Okay.
And we've got a home run for the Bombers.
Oh, wow. Murph grabs that like a boss.
Like that, where's the hole? Like I thought I had that the whole way.
Oh! Sansone just smoked it off Buck Burner's mouth.
Looking really good as Gio unloads on that. And we were saying that the winds are kind of, slightly going out there.
That was a ugly looking swing. The bat must have broke there from Murphy. Looks like he's gonna go get a new one. Let's take another look at this.
Oh, man, that might be the furthest PLW home run at this field. Holy cow.
And then Hicks flew out.
Oh, that's a deep fly ball. That might go over. Oh! It's a fan, I think.
Really found his stroke here tonight, and he just smoked that ball. That
Left side. Oh, GK with another amazing play. Wow.
Day gets under that one. That's going to be a tricky play, but Eder
What a catch.
lays out with a big play.
Hit this pitch, but
and that's ripped by Corral. Manny Patricus, one-handed diving catch, a highlight play.
get the save, and we're good to go.
J-Dub mammoth shot to the container.
Do not great one in. Jake Purdy, deep drive, right field. Purdy with the bomb to tie it up. Deep drive, Howland, bat flip, gone, home run, Kyler Howland, 7-6, Lightning, and they strike again on Tom Gannon.
Third board out there, waxing it up. She's ready to go, and that goes off J-Dubs.
Ripped by Dolby here! Home run to tie it up! The Lightning have tied it up! And Randy Dolby wins the matchup between him and Gannon. Oh
Tie
my
game.
goodness, tie ball game!
Oh, he hit it off Tanner.
Oh my God! TK Rabbit! He did it! Walk-off home run!
Did you miss me? Well, we're back, so too bad. We are on to game 2 of Cajuns and Pharaohs. I am your host, James Shoelaces Stein, and I am, of course, joined by Brad Ogden, owner and operator of the Legends. He is out for just a minute, but I can actually see him over the horizon, making his way back. We're nearly ready to start game 2. The great news about Sundays like this is that we only have 2 series today. And as a result, we don't have to rush. You know, sometimes because of the zoning laws that require us to play during the day, when we have 3 series in one day, we're just pressed a little bit, which is why you'll see throughout the season, we try every week to try and get one of those series on a weekday. We're not always able to do it, but we can do it some of the time. And as a result, it just makes it better for everyone because 3 series in one day, it's a lot on the stream team. It's a lot on the players. Nobody likes to rush. And when you got 2 series in one day, it's just so much easier. I mean, both of these next 2 games could go extra innings and we would be just fine. Anyway, we're getting ready to start here. You'll see Ricky Bibby heading out to the mound. I believe that the starters we're going to get are Leday versus Christie, which should be a really good pitching matchup. Got to hand it to the Pharaohs. They did a really good job of limiting the Cajuns to just 3 runs. However, they ran into Ryan Roosh, unfortunately, and he held them to just 1, and that is, of course, the final score. That's how things went. The Cajuns are on a run ever since their slow start.
Yeah, that was, the facing Roosh and Leday, that's a tough combination for anybody. But now you're going to see one of my favorite players in the league, Andrew Leday. He's definitely a pitcher, not a thrower.
Yes.
He can make the ball hit the zone anytime he wants. He's going to pitch to this good defense.
Well, the thing about Roosh and Leday is that they're both lefties, right? And so you're sitting up there, you're like, all right, well, Roosh went game 1, and Leday's going game 2, so at least we'll be ready for the arm slot. But unfortunately, they could not be any more different as pitchers.
Yeah, one guy's kind of a 3/4 and predominantly down and in, down and in, down and in. Leday is crafty. He's a crafty lefty, if you ever had to describe one.
Yes.
Works with speeds, has the finger ball, which is just a arm speed picks up, ball comes out slower.
Right. Yeah, and one big thing about the finger ball that a lot of people in this league struggle with is they focus too much on the finger. It's really about the wrist. It's about really snapping that wrist and getting a ton of rotation That's where you get your speed difference from. And nobody knows that better than Andrew Ledet. He is a master of that finger ball, one of a few in this league.
Yeah. And we'll actually get a wiffle ball up here, and we'll show it. We'll have a James show you what we mean by the finger ball.
One pitch, one out for Ledet, as he's on pace to throw the single fastest game of all time.
All right, Seth Barton, who hit a bomb to account for the only run.
Well, they needed that. It
Yeah.
released the floodgates. It took off some of the pressure, so we'll see if they can build on that. But a beautiful spot. But unfortunately, in this league, if it's above 55 miles an hour, it's a ball unless the batter swings. That one was 57.
Probably on purpose.
I don't know. The radar gun was a little bit funky today. A couple got picked up wrong. A couple got picked up right. In fact, there was one inning last series where I could have done some very mean things to you guys.
Exactly.
Because I was throwing about 55, 56, and it was reading 41, 42. So I could have really messed around and claimed ignorance. And quite frankly, I think I deserve a pat on the back for not doing that.
Stubby Bunny, the reason we start the PCL at 7 a.m. on Saturdays, and we started, I think, at 8 o'clock on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot to ask to get a stream team. There's at least a half dozen people that are behind the scenes that you don't get to see. James and I are up in the booth, but we've got umpires. We got Malik Ogburn down the first base line. Looks like we got Dave Cabrera. He's Dave Cabrera at the bar keeping the game.
Yikes. Up toward us, but off the roof. I would have made that play.
Yeah, we would have made the play. We got a Legends takeover on the rest of it. We got Brendan Height on the sky cam.
Yeah, we do.
And the third umpire is Jason Buffington. He'll be on the timer that you kind of see in that bottom left-hand corner or right-hand corner for the viewers. And he's also an umpire so he got the third base line and all critical plays. So yeah, there's Trevor Bauer underneath. So we got a lot of people that are to put on a stream. It's not just, hey, show up and the wiffle ball comes on.
Right, and that's what I was saying before you stepped back in. It's just a lot. 3 series in one day is a lot as it is. On a Saturday, when you've got 5.
4 series, 12 games.
It's so many. It's just so many games. It's so much to ask for the folks. Beautiful spot from Ledet there, and that is what we're talking about. Guy is just absolutely in control at all times. Very rarely will you see him lose it. So we got 2 outs and 1 on here. That'll bring up Bosa.
So Seth got on base with how? What did I miss? Walk. Okay.
Yeah, right down the middle, but 57. And so Ledet struggling with that velocity a little tiny bit, only a little bit. We'll see him adjust here. It would not be good for him to come out early because Roosh only has 3 innings remaining. There you go. Just like that, dialing it down exactly 2 miles an hour. And that, folks, that's not a guess. When he throws 57, he says, okay, I got to take exactly 2 miles an hour off. He is taking exactly 2 miles an hour off. That is on purpose by design. Little quick pitch fouled off. So a walk, but Ledet quickly back in control here.
Again, I don't think these guys, either one of them are afraid to walk out. They have so much trust in each other. And I think their entire pitching rotation is here. Devlin Daniel is here. Giordano is here. Manziel's here. Runnalls is here. Dave Seifert's here. Sashi Bob is here.
I want to see Mansell get on the mound. I've heard so much talk about this kid. I've never had the opportunity to see him play. He's had a couple of good swings, but I really want to see what he's got on the mound because that's my forte.
So his strength is ease. It's just easy, but it's also an easy 57. He actually has to concentrate and think to get it. But when he finds 55, he figured out the sidearm drop.
Oh, yeah.
So he's kind of a little side armor, kind of like a lot of these guys are.
It's a holes down pitch.
He's a holes down pitch, and he throws it. And when he's got it going, that thing has a shelf life, and it just drops right off.
Do we have a ball?
Yeah, we got one right behind us.
Where is it? Go get it real quick.
Yeah. Give us a little tutorial. Oh, there we go. So we're going to show you 2 things real quick. I'll show you the finger grip first, which is basically a changeup.
So there's a couple of ways to do it, but basically you just put your finger in the ball. I often use my middle finger, but the secret is not about how deep you put your finger or anything like that. It's about generating the torque when you snap your wrist and create a lot of that perfect spin, that perfect movement with the holes down or up or whatever direction that they're in. And we'll show you what we're talking about in just a little bit. Watch for Logan Christie to throw a finger ball as he starts game 2. Oh, ripped! Beautiful hit from Runnalls.
And Runnalls is back to the Cody that we saw last season. If he can find it, this lineup gets even deeper.
Yeah, well, you were talking about how the Cajuns never really overpower anyone, as that one's overpowered into center field. Tara can't get it. First and third. And the way that they won, and this was true throughout all the playoffs and the regular season, they won by just outlasting the other team, just by being deeper than the other team. Dare I say, they remind me of the New York Knicks, a very deep team.
Yeah, Kyle Baker comes up from the minors. They pick him up from the relegators, and he basically carried the bottom of that lineup when Leday was still leading off. He was on base, 35, 40% of the time. When you're rolling that lineup over that much from the 6 hole, that's invaluable in the PLW.
Oh, ripped into the gap. Base hit. That'll score a run and bring the runner over to third, and it looks, again here, like the Cajuns might just walk all over the Pharaohs. Again, they're not doing it with bombs. They understand the conditions, and they're just getting single after single after single, punishing the pitches that leak out over the plate. And Christie, who, again, he's jet-lagged.
Yeah.
He played a whole fast-pitch tournament. Things might not be quite where they need to be, but you'll never see him give up. You will always see him continue to battle. Another hit there, and shoeless Tara Hall able to get it in there. But everybody rotates first to third, and it's 2-0.
I'd almost like to see him go 2-2 and just have Tara in the middle of the infield, because maybe she can get something.
You mean just be a body that blocks a ball, perhaps?
Maybe. Again, they're giving up. I would have Bosnos moving 2 panels over to his left so that he's, you're going to hit down the line. That's fine. But he can't get to the fly ball that would be hit at her.
So the conversation that we're having right now is a conversation between 2 guys who have just seen a lot of innings. And again, this is just something that comes back to the, I don't want to say naivete, but just the inexperience of this Pharaohs team, where Logan Christie has played more games than everybody on his team combined, and that is a very hard dynamic to manage. Believe me, I know it's a dynamic that I had to manage on the Owls for the first 3-4 seasons.
Yeah. Again, I just think that as I've taken myself out, managing with a different perspective, like it's just, you say, hey, that should be a double play. Well, you're right.
Speaking of a double play, on to second, little double hop there. This is something that the Pharaohs do exceptionally well.
Yes.
And they'll trade 2 outs for 1 run there all day and night. They have great mechanics.
Yes.
And that is a promising factor, so that they might have a slow start. They might not make the playoffs. They might even find themselves in relegation. It's possible. But you will see them with the pieces necessary to go out there and be a winning team, even if that doesn't happen this year, which, by the way, it could. It's a long season.
Yeah, I think they're going to figure it out. The second half, I think they're going to be a lot better than they are the first half. And attendance, as their attendance gets better, a lot of guys still in school. Once their attendance gets a little bit better, they're going to be...
Oh,
that was close.
That was right off the piping for Alonso, who's struggling to throw from third today.
Maybe the winds impacting
Perhaps.
him the more than anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Pharaohs, again, attendance, I would look for the Pharaohs to dip into the free agent pool. There's a couple of guys that they could call up that could give them an able body when they have this. I mean, there's a handful of guys that were down there.
Well, they are clearly shorthanded right now.
Yeah. I look to Ryan Leonis. Like, Ryan Leonis plays. He played for the Legends for a whole year.
Sure.
He's a serviceable guy who can pitch.
Yeah, he can eat innings if you need him to.
He can eat innings. He's getting at bats in the PCL, which are invaluable, that he didn't have the opportunity on the Legends last year.
Right.
And he's not just standing in the outfield. He's making plays. He's ability to cover some ground.
Yeah, I think right now the Pharaohs have been caught a bit flat-footed by these Cajuns. The Cajuns go out, they score a couple of runs, and the Pharaohs are like, okay, well, I guess we'll just... But if you bring in a guy like Leonis, that's a guy who can notice that, because he's probably seen it before. And that kind of energy, that kind of ability to recognize a situation and react to it, that's the piece that you can only get through experience. And the Pharaohs will get there, but as we can see, it's the factor that's leading to their demise currently.
Yeah, that's could be at least 1 run, 2 runs in this game.
Yes. And 1 run, 2 runs, that's the difference between a series win and a series loss sometimes. Oftentimes, I should say.
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Meanwhile, Day with a walk in the first, so.
That one scoots under.
Yeah, under the hands of, number
Gavin
one. I guess you could call him number one prospect, Gavin Manziel. He's kind of doing his Anthony Volpe thing this year, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he would be, again, the draft this year I thought was very loaded at the top.
Yes. Well, especially since we let a couple of warbirds into the draft due to technical errors. It was a good thing for the league.
But yeah, there was, and I still think, regardless, he would have gone number one.
Yes. Double play opportunity for C-Run. Oh, he nails it. 4-8-7. Yeah, I'm noticing both of these teams taking really big shuffles off of second base. And I think it's because there's so much wind going on, and you can see they're kind of granting each other that courtesy. This is what we mean when we say wiffle ball is a gentleman's game, because technically you're not supposed to take that many steps.
Yep.
But everyone's okay with it because no one's doing this in like bad faith. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're doing it in bad faith. When we got rid of the 2 extra screens,
Yes.
we have so the screen is very centered. I have no problem with a third baseman taking a little bobble,
Yeah.
a couple of hops to give himself an angle. Before when you had the extra panels, yeah, one crow hop is fine, but we got the one panel, and I think it's like I said, it's not done in bad faith. They kind of did it to get rid of the running up, the guys that were literally running to close distance because they had no faith in their arms.
Right. Yeah, that is what you cannot have. So as long as you're not doing that, it's okay. Bangs the tin.
And I think we're trying to be as close to MLB statistics as we can with
Sure.
double plays, average, balls in play,
Something like
strikeouts.
that.
So, I mean, we kind of look at that, and that's, the decisions that we make. And I think I'm good with it. I'm not part of the rules committee, but I'm okay with the shuffles. Like I said, I don't think they're done in bad faith. And if they are, we definitely call them out and give them a little warning. We need better volunteers. Nick, Ouch.
Listen, this is, first of all, I know you're not talking about us because we're bringing you the highest quality product that you
I
can
think they're
imagine.
talking about Cuba Dave, who's supposed to be umpiring, but he's not umpiring.
Okay, I haven't. Yeah, Cuba Dave is trying to riz it up out there.
Well, that's Gavin Mansell's dad, younger brother, and I believe that's his mom. So they're out here to support Gavin. I think this is their first time at the facility, so nothing like getting a little family out here. Who will in the game? We got Cajuns blowing away with the points.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. There's our lovely volunteers. This is what happens when you ask the ones to volunteer. You get me in the booth, and you get Cuba Dave trying to riz up a player's mom.
Well, this is the first two. This is the first 2 volunteers for the ones this season, so we're happy to. No, wait, I can't say that. AK was in the booth once.
Was he?
Yes.
I missed that. How did I miss that?
Hey, AK in the booth is gold.
Oh, he's tremendous.
He's got.
I'll be in the booth again on May 18th, and then again on May 25th. So you guys can catch all my glory there. It'll be hot on those days. It's going to start getting quite warm, especially for the second series of the day.
Well, especially from a guy who comes from a little bit north of here. The weather's a little bit more gentle. A little bit.
A little bit. I still live in the desert, and I lived in Tempe, Arizona for 5 years, so I'm no stranger to the heat. But especially if you have a long inning, you're out there pitching, it takes a toll.
Well, PCL last year played on Saturdays all day, and we had to bring pickle juice. We had to bring coolers. We had to bring, it was there was series that were cut from 3 games to 2, and we're like, both teams would just take. You guys want the win, you can have it because we're just going home.
Yeah, it gets very, very rough in the summer months, and that is, of course, why up until this season we were a night league. That's my preferred way of playing. Is that one is yanked?
That's gone.
That's got a chance.
And it's going to have so much side spin, it's not going to get to the wall. That's going to be the longest single you can have in PLW.
Yeah, you can see the ball hooking. That ball was hit to the 122 sign in left center, and it ended up right by the foul pole. The ball is just hooking. Nothing was carrying in our series. You've really got to lay into it or find a perfect moment where there's no wind.
Yeah. Manziel up. 56, outside pipe.
That's tough, and that is a hot pitch, hot potato.
So we're a 55 and under league for a called strike, but you can throw it at any speed you want.
Yes, you can.
To get a swing. Logan Christie trying to keep this at a 3-0.
Up toward us, and it never comes back down. Where did that ball go?
On the roof. I was trying to make a play.
Yeah, I think you had it. I think you made a good estimation.
Who almost gets the bat there.
Meanwhile, it's a full count here for Christie, who's at risk here of having a really rough inning if he can't finish this batter off.
So foul ball. Still a full count. Gavin Mansell 1 for 1 with a single.
He walks there. You'll remember, though, that Gavin's single was more of like a pop-up to center field that Terra just couldn't make it to. And right now, these Pharaohs are hurting bad with the lack of defense.
Yeah, like I said, I would be looking for them to be hot on the waiver wire. I would be adding at least 2 bodies if you could.
Well, you've got, I mean, defense is so important. On a field this big, you must have high-quality defenders. And that's why, I mean, so Rich Parsons, he loves to pitch. He wants to pitch for us. And we tell him, we say, Rich, we would love to. I mean, he was great in the innings that he had as this one's grounded to short, bobbled, flipped over to third, then on to second. Beautiful double play. The triple play didn't quite happen. But we tell Rich Parsons, we say, no, you don't understand how valuable you are in the outfield.
Yeah.
You just have to be out there.
Yeah, he's such a good outfielder. It's just you got to do that. It's literally, let's see, third is.
And, you know, I'm not throwing shade at anyone, but, you know, it's hard to play outfield out there. And the minute that Parsons came onto the mound, he gave up a couple of runs because he wasn't out there in the outfield and he wasn't able to make that play. Sky high pop up.
And the day pops out.
So Christie gives up another run.
How many holes? We have 8 holes. We got a new poll. How many holes in a wiffle ball? Well, we can show you. There's 8.
There are 8. I'm glad to see that nobody got that wrong.
I hope nobody got that wrong.
Now, here's a fun question. Have there always been 8 holes?
No, because I played in a wiffle ball league where we had the solid, and for me, manipulation was a knuckleball, 2 fingers down. It would be a 12-6 curveball. That's the only pitch I had to throw.
Yeah, so the original wiffle ball design had 6 holes. And before that, there were solid balls. And then there are, of course, pickleballs. Pickleballs are a wiffle ball, but they have little tiny circles all around. Often called wiffle balls, they are not wiffle balls. Those are pickleballs.
Those are a joke.
Yeah, I played a little bit of pickleball before this league started up. It was the worst 6 months of my life. Mansell, 83 into the tin, showing off that arm.
That's where you're going to get with him. Oh, we got it left. That was for the fans to guess. Well, too late. Fans, we've got 90 viewers in the stream right now.
I got one for the fans. How many pitches inside? How many generations of yellow wiffle ball bat have there been? Brad knows the correct answer. Everybody knows the correct answer here. But does the chat know? I see 2. That is incorrect.
Because we actually have some generation bats in our. Oh, there's another line.
I know you say that, but it's probably actually this.
No,
they're often mistaken.
We got them from a guy that literally said this. They were from a night. They still had the wrapper on them. Casey bought them online.
Oh, well then if they've got the wrapper on them, then you can authenticate. I got one of these.
Oh wow,
those are very hard to find.
Yeah, they are for sure.
So there's actually 2 correct answers, and both have been said in the chat. There is a correct answer, and then if you really want to get technical, there's a different answer. I'll explain in between innings.
Swing and a miss.
I mean, that's just gorgeous. 56 on the pipe. You can't take it.
No.
You can't take it.
Alonso Valencia. Now, Alonso, Taco League all-time home run leader.
Wow.
Was just the guy hitting bombs in the Taco League, which is why he came up to the PLW.
Yeah.
It hasn't translated, but definitely has some light tower power. If you miss up and in, he wants that pitch up and in.
Another sneaky big dude. I played with Alonso for a couple of years when he was on the Owls. And then he went down to the Pharaohs, got an opportunity to get called up to another team and said, no. Oh, that was you guys.
Yeah,
and he said, no, I want to stay on the Pharaohs, which is respectful. He's kind of a feast or famine guy. He's either going to lace it or he's going to strike out. And so, he's the type of guy who in something like a Taco League or in the PCL where it's a little bit easier, he will feast. And then here when you're facing a guy like this, there's going to be some famine in between.
Yeah, so again, if he can run into one, no problem. I don't know if the wind's going to be helpful. A lot of pull here. Alonso is not really going to hit anything to the opposite field.
Oh, that's crushed. But it's hanging up, and it's caught.
Chris Gearing makes a great play.
To answer your trivia question, stream or chat or whatever, I don't know, there are technically 4 generations of wiffle ball bat. The first one, the Whitey Ford, They went on from about 1950 to about 1970, and then there was one. The second generation hit in the early 70s and made its way into the early 90s. There was some overlap with Gen 3, and then Gen 4 is what we currently have. That one, I believe, came to pass in the late 90s, early 2000s, if I've got that correct.
Early 2000s is what we had, and then anything bought in the before 1970, made before 1974 is second generation, and that's what we have.
Yes, and then there's the old ones. The way to pick out the first generation is that it has a smooth handle. There's no brimples.
There's no brimples.
So if you have a yellow wiffle ball bat and the handle is perfectly smooth, you've got a Gen 1. Anything else is a Gen 2.
And you have about 100 guys in here that will pay you handsomely for your Gen 1.
I
probably have more than that.
How much do you think I paid for mine?
I'm going to say $150.
75.
75?
I found it on eBay.
There you go.
What a find, you know?
Yeah.
But I must interject. If I don't say this, someone will send the video to Anthony DiDio of Colorado, and he will flame me for this. There is a fifth generation. It is a secret lost generation of wiffle ball bat that happened during an oil embargo.
Yeah, they're black.
And they are black.
Yeah.
Technically, that is a fifth generation. It is the only bat other than the Black Magic aluminum wiffle ball bat that I do not possess. I would like to have both of those, and then my collection will be complete.
I saw one of those on eBay.
A Black Magic?
Yeah. No, the black oil.
Oh, the oil embargo
yeah.
one? They're a little bit more common than a Black Magic aluminum bat is extremely rare. And Anthony Didio, that bum, has 3. He won't sell me one. He has 3! He has 3, and he won't sell me one.
That bum.
Yeah. I mean, he's a bum. What can you do? There are also, and there are wooden ones from the 70s.
Yes.
I happen to have one of those, the Yugoslavian model. I believe mine is a 1978, but it's hard to tell because the text is worn down. Those are beautiful, gorgeous bats. They're kind of like fungo bats. Very, very cool. So there are some really cool wiffle ball bats out there. And then the new school ones, the crazy ones, like, for example, Moonshots or Bab's Big Fly bats, those are equally as cool. They're just not as nostalgic.
Yeah. So we got a first-time chat. Looks like Mailman 631.
Oh, yeah?
Didiot? I don't...
Didiot!
There you go.
That's got to be Carfo. That's got it. There's no way that's anyone but Carfo. I'm calling it now. He's a mailman and he's calling him the Didiot. There's no way it's not Carfo. Carfo, a.k.a. Carlo Di Giovanni, is a guy who's thinking about coming out here to play.
That'd be great.
He's been texting me. He lives in Surprise, Arizona.
Okay.
And Carfo, I'll tell you, I talked to Tanik about it. What you would need to do is you would need to get on the roster to play in the PCL, which is like the minor league affiliate. And so basically, Tanik would invite you to come out here. You could spend the night at his place. And then they play in the morning. So you would play, have some fun in the morning. And then you could hang out and watch the actual league games. And then if you wanted to, Carfo, you could head back to Utah with me and we could hang out.
Yeah, so I play in the PCL. There are 4 good teams down there. And always looking for more talent. Always looking for more because those guys immediately are available for first-round draft in the PLW.
Yeah.
And if they're good enough and you can get into it, you can challenge just like the Pharaohs did and win your way into the league.
Yeah, well, Carfo is... I would compare... Did that hit?
It looks like it hit.
I heard it.
That's
I heard
a strike.
something. Beautiful pitch right there. Beautiful pitch. I would say think about a right-handed Nick Sansone. That's Carfo and his hitting ability. Very, very good line to line, talented, situationally aware, and just a good guy. He's got a cute little beagle named Shay.
All right, Cody Runnalls up to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Bosnos, we had to go for Bosnos already. He's come in. And he promptly comes in with a little bit of a jam here.
Well, Bosnos did a good enough job in the last game of holding the Cajuns as that one's popped foul. Oh boy, Cody Runnalls receiving a warning for unnecessarily aggressive behavior toward our beloved strike zone.
Yeah, that strike zone's seen better days. It's got a little bit of a tilt on it as it is.
That's beautiful. Gives it character. A little dreaded dribbler, and it's booted. There's the third, over to second. I mean, they have no chance of the triple play, but the question is, and our clearly now involved and chastised umpire Dave Cabrera says the runner is safe at second. We've got, and all the umpires agree, so safe at second. That's just one out. But good situational awareness there by Bosnos, even in the bobbling, knowing that he needs to go to third. So 1 away. And here's Manziel. Former teammates.
Mansell 1-for-1 with a walk. Look, he's looking to do some damage here.
If I'm Manziel, it's 3-0. I'm taking a big cut right here. I want to blow this open.
Well, if you've never got to watch this guy swing, every cut is big. Every cut, like I would need a chiropractic adjustment. O to be 21 again. He swings hard.
Also, I was looking at just his just looking at him, and his skin is like stretched out across his muscles as tight as it'll go. I bet you he's got great cardio. He looks like one of those mannequins of the human anatomy. I think he wanted to swing at that one.
I think he did too, but team player there.
Got to take that walk, man, because what are you going to do with that ball? You're going to ground out.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've kind of had those discussions. Sometimes the strikeout is better than the ground out because you can get 2 outs.
Oh, yeah. And it all depends on who's batting next.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got, for example, if you're the number 4 hitter and the 5 and 6 guys behind you, well, now maybe you're going to take a courtesy swing at that to see another pitch.
Yep.
But if you've got Ryan Rouge hitting behind you, if it's me, I'm walking 10 times out of 10 to let Ryan hit. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. I've done that more than my fair share. Nick Sansone batting behind me. I'm taking the strikeout looking. I've done it more than I can.
I don't remember when it occurred, but you one time had a very big walk against me to walk me out of the game. I don't remember exactly when that is. I just remember that it happened. I was furious with myself. Oh, crushed, but foul.
Foul.
Really foul. Goodness, the wind is really blowing it foul.
So I think you almost have to start it at the center of the container, and the ball will bring it to the right.
I mean, if it's me, look at the amount of space they're giving him to the right side.
And that was Ryan, technically, when we were still at the ranch, he was a right side only hitter. Like, you just played him like he was left-handed.
Yeah.
Now,
That's how you should play him. That's how you should play me, for the record, as well. We'll see what he does here with a 2-2 count. Pardon me, a 3-2 count. And Bosnos, I believe, in danger of not only walking out here, but walking in a run.
Yep, bases are loaded.
You would not want to see that because then Ricky Bobby's up next. Oh, it's laced into the gap. 1 run scores. Christie fires home, but it's Aaron. 2 runs will score. It's 5-0, first and third. Cajuns have broken it open, I'll say.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they've broken it open. This team's got, like I said, they're just going to wear you out.
Yeah.
They're going to take good at bats 1 through 6.
You think back to the Manziel walk, right?
Yeah.
And that set up that hit.
And now you've got a pitcher who has to groove it because everybody else has walked out, and Logan really doesn't want to use innings in a game that they're not ahead.
Right. Ricky Bobby will dig in. He's 0-2 quickly. You swing at that? Foul it off,
Yeah, fouled it off.
Very inside, but he offers at it.
1 for 2. See if Leday can get on the... Again, he also transitioned from a fast pitch to this slow pitch. I wonder how much of an adjustment that is. It's only a day, but...
Me, personally, if I've hit fast pitch the day before, a ball like this looks like a beach ball. But that's not the issue. The issue is you played all day, you flew on a plane, you're probably sore.
Yeah.
You're probably just a little bit slower than you might normally be. But so far, Leday looks unaffected. Ugh! Grandma, 50 right on in there from Bosnos, and he somehow
2 down.
manages to get Leday out. But they're not out of the woods yet. It's first and third, and that's going to bring up Giordano, right?
Oh, Devlin Daniel.
Oh, it's Devlin Daniel.
Yes.
Apologies. We because of our angle, we can't exactly see who's up, and I don't have the lineup in front of me.
Yeah, Tyler. I think Tyler hit the nail on the head. The Cajuns are just a more complete team, better, deeper team at this stage of the season. Don't let the slow start get them. They were 3-9 to come in. Both teams were 3-6. Both teams were 3-6 at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
One team probably should be at the bottom of the table. The one team was they were there early. Don't look for them to be there late.
Yeah, and like when you're a team like the Cajuns and you know you've got a winning pedigree, it's okay to lose games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can see right here, they're started off not great, and all of a sudden they could be looking at 500 at the end of this. They're set to win game 2 up. I would be shocked if they gave this lead up. And then, from there, easier for them even because now Logan has less innings and Bosnos has less innings and they're going to have to rely on other guys. It's going to be a very, very rough game 3 for these Pharaohs in terms of their depth of pitching.
Yeah, they're almost to the point where they're going to have Trask has walked out, Bosnos has walked out. You don't want to use Logan innings.
Right.
Well, actually, I think Logan actually pitched already, so they would go to Terra.
Well, Logan started, but I forget if he walked out versus if he pulled himself to save innings.
Yeah, he pulled himself to save innings. But you almost don't want to. So everybody that's on the roster has to pitch if you get to that point in the walks.
Right.
But the last person has unlimited walks.
Right. Correct.
So you're almost better off saying, okay, we're going to let Terra
We
pitch.
haven't seen that since like season 2.
No, we haven't seen that. Like it's been a while, but the pitching's gotten so much better.
We got a poll up right now. Who's got the best logo? The Pharaohs, the Cajuns, the Legends, the Bombers, the Sand Vipers. I got a bone to pick. The ones have a sick logo.
It's not even close. It's the Legends logo, and it's not close. But I'm biased, so don't let me sway you.
No, I won't.
I like the Pharaohs legend. I like the Cajun legend. I like the hot chili pepper with the wiffle ball. I like
It's
that.
all right. It's giving clip art. The ones are like a demon with a hoodie on, and then they got the crown on the one wiffle ball. You see what I'm saying? That's just good artwork, is what that is. And I feel like very often we don't get credit. We got the pinstripes. Everybody loves pinstripes.
It'd be great if you guys could actually show up all in the same uniform. Then we would give you credit. But because we have 4 different guys wearing 4 different uniforms,
You know what's
no
funny?
credit.
What's funny is actually we have the uniforms now for the Rooks. It's just that Couts couldn't make it today. So
Angela Day coming out top of the 4th. It's 5-0 Pharaohs.
But yeah, the uniform that I'm wearing right now, we call these the classic blacks. The uniform that Cuba Dave is wearing, we call those the prisoner blacks. They look like old-timey prisoners. Going to tie like a damsel up to the railroad tracks and tweedle their mustache. Ooh, 56 from Leday. Wow. Terra could walk Leday out right now.
Yeah, that'd be great, but I don't think they're really worried about that. Too much
I
pitching
don't think
depth.
so either. 51, right down the doinky boinky, and she'll be sat down.
So Leday is one of the few pitchers I don't think really worries about, I have to throw a strike here. I think there's a handful of guys, they can just like, okay, I'm just going to pump 5 in a row. The ones pinstripes are cool. Are the coolest.
Of course they are. Everybody loves pinstripes, especially black with gold pinstripes. It's just classy. And it's Vegas gold, too. Pop up. Here comes Seifert.
Oh, what a play.
Dude, I have seen him make so many plays that I'm like, he's not making that play. He looks like a goon out there. Season 1, or maybe 2 it was, he made a play against my team where he caught the ball and his head hit the ground so hard.
You heard the thump, yeah.
That, there's no way he wasn't concussed. And then I think he hit a home run later in the game. But the reason that he held onto the ball is because when you become concussed, your muscles convulse and his hands clamped together around the ball. Really bad in terms of his health, but a tremendous play.
We've had quite a few concussions.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, wiffle ball can be a dangerous sport.
The ones pinstripe. Oh, we got a battle here. The Cajuns and the Legends. I like it. I like it. The Pharaohs. I do like the Pharaohs. I like their hats, the gray hats they have. They have the little Eye of Ra. I mean, again, we think about this stuff for sure.
Oh, yeah. Cajuns look to be pulling ahead.
Well, they also got about 6 guys in the dugout probably doing nothing. So
yeah,
they're
you're not
spending
wrong.
some wiffle points.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Now, so I haven't played in this condition where the shadows are coming. So you're going from
Yeah.
a lot of the pitches in PLW wiffle ball in general break in the last 2 feet, not the first 2 feet.
Yeah, late movement is key. So this, advantage Leday, but again, at danger of walking out. Oh, and fouled off. That was a perfect pitch, and it was fouled off. So Leday here in the 4th, he's pitching a shutout right now, but he's struggling just a little bit. I wonder if he's baking a little bit in that sun. Swing and a miss. Never mind. Forget I said anything. He's through 4 shutout.
Yeah, he looks great. They're going to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-0. The offense looks like it's struggling a little bit. Again, but this is not an indictment on the Pharaohs.
No. They're playing the champs.
They're playing the champs, so the reason they're the reigning champs. Oh, and they start with the Cy Young and a guy who could have won the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Like they were 1-2 in ERA, 1-2 in wins, 1-2 in WHIP. Like
2 top 5 pitchers.
2 top 5 pitchers, and you got to face them. And then when they go to somebody else, and the beauty of it is somebody only has to throw to 3 batters or walk out, and those 2 can finish the game.
Yep.
They can eat all 18 innings, and that's just a luxury that a lot of teams wish they had.
Yes. And that's why, I mean, it would have been nice to walk Leday out there. Because then, I mean, maybe you bring in Roosh and then you waste the remainder of his innings for the entirety of the game. Or maybe you go to someone else and that allows you to get some runs. But right now, the Pharaohs are just looking slow and down and not put together. And the Cajuns, they look like a proper team.
Got it.
Cajuns will extend their lineup by 2 guys. Dave Seifert.
Yep.
Dave Seifert and who else are they adding? Chris Gearing.
Yeah.
Will be added to the bottom of the lineup. So classy move there by Leday to get all of his guys some ABs.
So, and you have to have an AB to be playoff eligible. So you can be in the field for all 6 innings, and if you don't get an at bat or an inning pitched, it didn't count.
Right.
So, and you want to have all your guys playoff eligible if your goal is to be a playoff team.
Right, of course.
So,
or for that matter, like relegation eligible.
yeah.
If you're a lower tier team. Giordano really choking up on the bat right now.
Yeah, so I've noticed that when we played him, he chokes up a good 2 inches.
Interesting.
And
I wonder why.
wait, and he stands closer to the plate than a lot of people as well. So,
Oh, it's a knuckleball. That was a good one.
yeah. That and the screwball have become the new it pitches here in PLW.
Well, with the wind the way it is, anything moving in on the right-handed batter is valuable. Or I should say anything that has straight up-down movement that can allow the wind to take it in on the right-handed batter. But
Yes.
the cutters and the sliders, when the wind is blowing out of left field, they can be really tough. I'm sorry, out of right field. Swing and a miss there by Giordano. And Bosnos is kind of settling in now as one of the better pitchers on this team. I'm very impressed by his ability to not only stay in the game, but to throw high-quality pitches that are, making outs. He's
Yes.
getting these guys out.
Now you got Dave Seifert, first at bat of the day. This is somebody he can handle. He's probably seen him before. Dave spent a little bit of time in the PCL. He might have had some bats against Bosnos, who was one of the primary pitchers for the Pharaohs down there.
Well, Dave is the definition of a journeyman. He's been on so many different teams, and he is, he's just he will make plays, and he will come in, and he will eat innings, and he will give you a decent quality at bat. And he's valuable, and that's why he's been on so many different teams, because he provides value.
Yeah.
And he's a really nice guy as he launches that one. But, oh boy, that wind is so unforgiving, and it is a can of corn for Logan Christie out there.
So here's my former teammate, regulator from PCL, Chris Gearing. They picked him up in the draft as he's a clubhouse guy. He's a rah-rah guy. He'll be here, and he's really athletic, can play the outfield. And if he also can run into one, and he's had a lot of success against these Pharaohs down when we played in the PCL. So he knows what he's getting here, and I like it.
Well, it's so hard to find high-energy guys like that who aren't in the lineup or who aren't pitching. You know what I mean? It's easy to be rah-rah when you're batting once every other inning or when you're on the mound at pitching. When you're just playing the outfield and you're getting 1 or 2 at-bats a series, very hard to maintain that high energy, and that is a valuable thing to have for the team. So I commend him for coming out here and not playing all that much,
Yep.
but contributing in his own way.
Yeah.
He'll strike out there, but...
And Chepa he comes in and says, hey, Dave played 0 games in the PCL. Okay, thanks for that, Chad.
I don't know if I believe that. In my experience, Chad is mostly wrong about just about everything, which is to say I love Chad.
Yeah.
I'm Team Chad. And also, Chad is mostly wrong most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he goes, sure I am.
Just ask him. He's the smartest guy in the room. He wouldn't be the smartest guy in this room.
Chad is an intelligent dude, but there's a difference between being intelligent and being smart.
Yes.
And Chad says, sure I am. I believe he misorganized that sentence. It should be, I sure am.
I sure am. It's also typing. He might be at work or just woke up. So we got Parker Trask. We're going to go to the top of the fifth and still commanding lead 5-0.
But we love Chad. He is the head umpire here at PLW. We give him a hard time because we know he can take it. There are few guys who volunteer more than Chad. I think maybe Trevor, and that's it. He puts in a lot of work behind the scenes. And he's a good commentator, too, a shockingly good commentator.
Yeah, his knowledge is his knowledge is there, but it becomes an opinion game.
Which is ironic because he spends a lot of time trying to remove opinion decisions from the rule book. Launched in the gap. That'll hit the wall for a double.
Bosnos hits a double.
Great swing by Bosnos. I told you, I really like his swing. And it's interesting. I think somebody got a hand on that, and somehow it got to the wall anyway.
Yeah, so Gearing has a hand on it. They kind of collide and bump, and he wasn't able to get it clean, and it had enough spin that when it hit the ground, spun forward and got that extra base here.
This is a tip for aspiring wiffle ball outfielders. The ball, when it's laced like that, the number one thing you can do is deaden it. And there's a couple of different ways to do that. When you're moving into the outfield like that, the best way for you to deaden the ball is to treat your hand like a scoop and, foul.
Smart play.
Treat your hand like a scoop. Come underneath the ball and scoop that ball toward the infield. It will not hit instead of just sticking your hand out there.
Yeah.
If you're in the infield, you do want to stick your hand out there and allow someone else to make a play. But in the outfield, you got to make sure the ball doesn't hit the wall. I'll tell you something. I don't think Leday's got his best stuff today. I know he's pitching a shutout, but he's gone full count to a lot of guys. He's given up some really hard hit balls, and it just speaks to his ability to keep it together even when he doesn't have everything that he wants.
Exactly. Well, again, he's still being effective. He's throwing strikes. Now look, it makes him think about it, pauses. So that's the pitcher's mentality, the craftiness going on. Where he stood there, he paused, he made the batter 10, and when you relax, now he's got you.
Yes.
2 down, Tara Hall up. They're going to the 4 infielder. Gearing going to manage it.
Tara almost walked last time. I wonder if she could walk this time. Because, I mean, look, if you're the Pharaohs here, what you're looking for are little victories.
Yeah.
Any way that you can get any sort of win or shift or momentum or anything like that. And this would be one of those opportunities.
So if she can somehow put the ball in play and get a runner on and roll this over to Logan, now you have a chance to cut into that lead.
Yeah. Especially since that would, if it was a walk, it walks Leday out. But that ball is a perfect little dot on the outer portion of the plate. She never stood a chance.
We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Indeed we do.
5-0, and I mean, as I hate to say it, I don't think it's this close.
Yeah. 5-0 isn't exactly a close game, but it might as well be 12-0 right now. With the way that the Pharaohs and... Sorry, they're asking who's up next. So Gearing made the last out, which means it's the top of the lineup. So that should be Cody Runnalls.
Cody Runnalls, Gavin Mansell, Ryan Roosh, top of the order, 1, 2, 3. They're going to face Josh Bosnos in another inning of work here. He's been pretty effective, and it looks like
He's been good. He's been their best pitcher of the day, no doubt. And again, this is no disrespect to the Pharaohs. They've got to find a way to energize this squad right now. They've got to find a way to get some passion going.
Exactly. And again, I think it's this, and the thing for them, it's been the same 5 guys.
Yeah.
That have shown up, same 5 or 6 guys every week, and that'll wear on you.
Yes. They need some depth, like you were saying, that there are guys who can help them. There are guys who can contribute. And
attendance. Attendance is a talent this year.
Yeah, so who are they missing? They're missing Baxa. Who else are they missing?
Bo Hall.
Yeah.
Missing Bo Hall, who's also solid. Kobe Willis. Staggs, but he lives out of town.
Yeah, well, yeah, Staggs is in California, so he's not going to be here that often.
I think that's it.
So they're missing three of their dudes. It's hard when you're missing
Gage
3.
Sarna. They're missing Gage Sarna.
Yeah.
Another outfielder.
Yeah, so they're missing several dudes here, and that, like you said, that will really wear on you. It is really hard. I mean, you think about it, and you're like, oh, well, we want a nice short lineup, a nice 6-person lineup, but you go out there in the sun and you're in the field every single pitch of every single game. It gets. I played in the field every single pitch of every single game in our series. My calves hurt. My back hurts. I want to go take a bath and have a nap. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you got to be conditioned to do that. When you're a newer team, it's even more difficult.
Well, I suggest you drink some pickle juice so you do not have the cramps on the way back when you drive home.
I'm actually not a cramper.
You're not a cramper?
I do not cramp. I do not cramp and I do not roll my ankles.
Well, you actually have to have ankles to
Yes,
roll.
I think that's the thing. I think that I have some weird sort of like freak superpower.
Yeah, Habs fan, you're hitting the nail on the head. The best ability is availability, especially this year. Saturdays and Sundays are tough. A lot of people in the industry. This is when we make the most amount of money for if you're in the industry. I'm very fortunate that I'm off Monday through I work Monday through Friday, so I'm fortunate, but we are a 24-hour town, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Most of these guys, their days off are Tuesday, Wednesday. That's their weekend.
Yep, that's the thing about living in Sin City. It's not really a normal schedule. Ripped, absolutely ripped, and it gets through Tara. And again, I don't mean any disrespect to Tara, but it's clear that she's a little overwhelmed out there. She's not wearing shoes. Like, they really need to be able to pick someone up who can stand in there and prevent that ball from being a double.
First time chat. The only pickle juice I've drank had liquor in it. Well, yeah.
Oh, like a pickleback shot. Those are disgusting. Ugh.
But for me, it was playing in St. Louis in the humidity in August, and some lady, I was cramping. Lady gave me pickle juice. I've never had a cramp again. So just little stuff like that. Ryan Roosh looking to add on here. Base hit here will extend this lead. 2 outs. Was only 1 out? Now there's 2.
Yeah, if you don't want to cramp, you just got to keep your blood sugar levels where they need to be. You got to stay hydrated. I know people say it's potassium. That's not quite how it works. I'm not a nutritionist, so I won't opine upon it. But like simply eating a banana won't get it done. Like it's mostly about staying hydrated.
And in the desert, if you didn't start hydrating yesterday, hydrating today will do you no good. All right, now you got Andrew Leday. 1 for 3.
Oh, beautiful little flick job, but it's foul.
And at the ranch, he did that so well because you had that big wall and left.
Yeah, just going off the container.
He would go off the container, and it's like he would just play the whole field, and it just got to the point where he was annoying.
He's a pesky hitter, and he's got Ichiro power, so when he wants to, he can turn it on.
Well, he'll tell me that if I can see the pitcher, especially if it's a guy who's inexperienced and he shows me the holes, I know it's coming.
Same.
I know it's coming.
Yeah, your guys did a really good job of hiding the ball, especially Church.
Yeah.
So credit to them there, but I'm always peeking. I'm always trying to steal the sign. Oh, that's yanked, and that is off the tippy top of the wall, off the frenulum of the wall. That's a big word. For those who don't know what a frenulum is, don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Don't Google it.
I'm telling you now to not Google the word frenulum. Don't do it.
Yeah, Beaver Inspector saying boys that grains, gain some energy. Yeah, hockey. Well, I mean, when I was a kid, it was orange slices at halftime, so that was.
Yeah, you got to stay hydrated. You got to keep your blood sugar levels up. Laced up the middle by Devlin Daniel.
And now they go to Giordano, and here they come. This is just the length of that lineup.
Yeah, it's so deep, and I mean, like I said, it was 5-0. It might as well have been 12-0. Well, now it's 7-0, and they might as well have hit 15. This Pharaohs team looks tired. They look unsure of themselves as that one's hit into the field. Logan's going to try and field it. Go to third. Oh, clanks off Alonso's hands. But I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Pharaohs. I'm just describing reality as I see it unfolding in front of me.
I think they should hit the waiver wire hard.
I think they should. They need depth.
They need depth.
And you know what? If you've got some guys who will be more available come May, maybe you can wait it out. But if you're going to continue to have 6 and only 6, you're going to need to make some moves because you're going to exhaust yourselves here. I don't care how young and spry you are. The pain of a long day of WIFFLE hits everyone the same, especially when you're new.
Yeah. Well, and they haven't had a quick inning in a while. It's been a couple runners here, a couple runners there.
Yes. You look at the legends, where are they? They're in the shade, under the dugout. I mean, even when they're on base, they're in the shade.
Yeah.
So those little things that you pick up, reminding, bring your own personal cooler. Yeah. Have some ice in it. Have more water bottles than you think you need. Do you have a foam roller? Bring a foam roller. Do you have your own chair? Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these are little questions that when you're brand new to the game, you don't even think about asking.
Yes.
Oh, Bosnos, his second walk there. Good catch by our stream team there. Yes, we have bases loaded, 2 outs here. Trask is coming in, and a double would clear the bases and end the game. It would be a mercy rule. And then, unfortunately, I'll have to make my leave at the end of this game.
No worries. We'll figure it out. I like to hear the sound of my own voice. I have a show on Thursday nights called the PLW Nation.
I want to call into that show.
Well,
I think we can make it work.
We're going to figure it out. We've got me and J-Dub this Thursday.
Very nice.
We go over we recap what happened during the week.
Yes.
Kind of break it down. I do a write-up on it, and then we go, hey, then we play of the week, my power rankings, and then we do a prediction. J-Dub and I predicted the exact same game, so we have no winner, no loser.
Right.
But Thursday night, 6:30, we're trying to get to where it's, kind of like, remember when I was a kid, This Week in Baseball, you had clip notes.
This Week in Baseball.
Trying to do
That's
that.
nice.
Some more highlights. We're going to have some good highlights this week. A couple of big milestones. We had our second player in PLW history get his 100th home run. The commission himself.
Yeah, Adam Tanek with home run number. You know what really grinds my gears a little bit?
What's that?
We made a really big deal when Taylor Briner and Brandon Mayo got 500 strikes. I did it. No one said a thing.
Billy Osgood as well.
And that's flicked up. Did he?
Yeah, Billy Osgood.
Good job, Billy.
If he gets 10 wins this season, he'll be the first person in league history to have 10 wins 4 years in a row.
Wow.
Think about that.
That is very difficult and impressive. Billy's a workhorse, man.
He's
He
faced
really
the
is.
most batters. Yeah, but he's been around since season 1, like yourself. He's been around for a while, so.
Yeah, and he's been full time.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so now we got a full count pitch, and I don't know if you can hear it in our microphones, folks, but the wind is a whipping. Tough pitch from Trask. And it's not in there. And in my opinion, he rushed it a little bit. You got to take a deep breath. You got to feel the wind. It's like I was, you got to feel the wind. You know, Pocahontas, colors of the wind. You think you own whatever land. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
But no, for real, you got to pitch with all the colors of the wind. Here's Sashi Boba.
Yeah, I got it.
Fouled off.
So now Sashi Boba batting.
Now all he's got to do is hit a single to Terra. And that'll be it. Inside. Credit to these Pharaohs for gutting it out in a series that they're clearly overmatched.
Sashi's trying to go home run Sashi.
He's trying to go to Southside.
Yeah, he's trying to go side.
Well, we got a long chat in there. I'm not reading that, friend. Sorry to hear that, or perhaps congratulations.
Oh,
Is that in there?
That is in there.
Goodness gracious. What a time for it. And hey, this is what I was talking about. Small victories, you got your team more at bats.
Yep.
That's a win. Ride it.
Yep.
Get a couple of hits off Lede here. Maybe walk Lede out, force them to use someone else, make them a little uncomfortable. Do something. Show me something.
Yeah, so we always talk about, and me and Wilson hit on this,
Yeah.
the 6th inning of the game before. I look at if teams battle and get a couple of runs,
Yeah.
that team has had a chance to win the next game a lot of times.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that stat. I'm sure Loman, when he gets back, he could do the deep dive like he likes to do.
I miss Loman.
But I look at the rally because the games are so short, 6 innings.
Yeah.
6-man lineups, but we turn right over. You build a little momentum you lost the game 10-2, but you scored 2, and then all of a sudden you come up in the next game and you get.
Well, guess what? That's exactly what we did to the Pharaohs week 1.
Yeah, yeah.
We were losing like 7-0. Got like 4 runs in that last inning, and then ran through them in the next 2 games.
Yep, and I precursored that. If you watch the write-up on season 1 prediction, on that prediction, I was like, look, this is just a precursor. This is how this league is, and they're not used to it.
Yes.
And the ones had the veteran. You had your full veteran lineup there.
We did.
So that's a tough team.
Yeah, the only ones we were missing that week were obviously Chen and Schmitty, who really can't come very often at all, unfortunately. Yeah, we missed them. They're good clubhouse guys. I know that the ones kind of have a reputation as like a kind of like a grumpy, like get down. But we were, even last year when we were struggling, there were a lot of smiles, there were a lot of jokes, and that's exactly where we are this year. So we're having fun, and you know who's really having fun right now? Ricky Bobby, as he strikes Logan Christie out with ease.
Yeah, the ones are going to have a unique dynamic. Almost 80% of that roster are eligible to be free agents next season.
Yeah, and I have, I've been really upfront with everyone including the ones that I will be declaring free agency at the end of this season. It doesn't mean that I won't be playing with the ones next season, but I believe that big name players, not to toot my own horn, but desirable guys, declaring free agency is good for the league. And Andrew Ledet is just
mowing people down,
rolling.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as Roosh was, Ledet has been better.
Yeah. He's got quite a few. Let's see. We'll get to the...
Yeah, we're going to check up on how many strikeouts Ledet has. Remember, he had a walk in the first inning.
Yeah.
Hasn't even bothered him since. I almost forgot. Little finger ball misses inside. So Roosh had what, 12 strikeouts?
Yeah, that's
10 or 11?
pitching. It doesn't have Ledet stats uploaded.
That's okay. He's got a lot of them. He's not made his guys work especially hard. He's just mowing. He's taking advantage of a punch-drunk Pharaohs team. Got him. Game over.
Strikes out the
Ricky
side.
Bobby, complete game shutout. Goodness gracious. The
Yeah.
second one we've seen today, I was fortunate enough to throw one. And by the way, James Ogburn should have had another one, but unfortunately, I'm going to blame myself.
And Brendan Height. Nobody shuts us out.
No, you're thinking of. Was that game 2?
Yeah, game 2. Brendan Height hits the solo.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I got to head home. I got some furry creatures that rely on me, so I got to get back to them.
Absolutely,
It's
my
been a
friend.
pleasure, Brad.
Safe trip back. We'll see you when you're back.
I will be back May 12th.
All right, we'll see you. See you in 10 minutes. Bye.
And that's a deep drive. Brandon Gregg! Oh! Taylor Briner! Brandon Gregg, what a catch and play!
There's 9 games total.
Damn. Okay.
And you got a home run for the Bombers.
Oh, wow. Murph grabs that like a boss.
Where's the hole? I thought I had that the whole way.
Oh! Sansone just smoked it off Buck Burner's mouth.
Looking really good as Gio unloads on that. And we were saying that the winds are kind of, slightly going out there.
That was a ugly looking swing. The bat must have broke there from Murphy. Looks like he's gonna go get a new one. Let's take another look at this.
Oh, man, that might be the furthest PLW home run at this field. Holy cow.
And then Hicks flew out.
Oh, that's a deep fly ball. That might go over. Oh! It's a fan, I think.
Really found his stroke here tonight, and he just smoked that ball. That
Left side. Oh, GK with another amazing play. Wow.
Day gets under that one. That's going to be a tricky play, but Eder
What a
lays
catch.
out with a big play.
Hit this pitch, but
and that's ripped by Corral. Manny Patricus, one-handed diving catch, a highlight play.
you get the save, and we're good to go.
J-Dub, mammoth shot to the container.
Leave it in.
Do not lay one in. And Jake Purdy, deep drive, right field. Purdy with the bomb to tie it up. Deep drive, Howland, bat flip, gone! Home run, Tyler Howland, 7-6, Lightning, and they strike again on Tom Gannon.
Surfboard out there, waxing it up. She's ready to go, and that goes off J-Dubs.
Ripped by Dolby. Home run to tie it up. The Lightning have tied it up. And Randy Dolby wins the matchup between him and Gannon. Oh,
Tie
my
game.
goodness. Tie ball game.
Oh, he hit it off Tanner.
Oh my God! TK Rabbit! He did it! Walk-off home run!
Welcome back, PLW Nation. You just saw the Cajuns take game 2 against the Pharaohs, and they got the Pharaohs on the ropes. So looking for another sweep. to get them to 500. They'll be going to 6-6 should they get that. We're just waiting on some lineups here, getting it going. We're kind of a little ahead of schedule, so see if we can get some more lineups going. I'm waiting for, looks like we got people coming back in. Quick game, bathroom breaks, getting lineups finalized. The beauty of having the guys hit batting practice in between games is that they have to go pick up all the balls. So let's make sure they get all those balls picked up. But the Cajuns looking to dominate. I don't know who's going to be starting for either team. I haven't gotten those lineups yet. All right, guys, let's go. It's great that we want to get, so Boba's on the mound, but I don't think he's going to be starting. Yeah, we're getting ready to rock and roll. I look for the Pharaohs to try and steal a game here. That'll be big for them. Stealing this game, getting the bad end of a split. They've been able to do that each of the first 3 weeks, keep in the win column and stay out of the bottom of the table. But the Pharaohs they look struggling with only 5 fielders, and the Cajuns look really strong. They're pitching 1-2 punch of Roosh, and Lede has been dominant, yet to give up only 1 earned run on a bomb by Seth Barden. The defense has been solid, and the wind is the weather's helping the pitching, but the pitching has been equally effective. I don't know who's pitching game 1 yet. We still haven't seen yet. Let's see what we got here. I got the little fancy dancy iPad now. Let's see who's pitching game 1. We got Sashi Boba on the mound. So Sashi got a couple of big saves in the last couple of series, and so Sashi's a completely different type of pitcher than you saw with Lede and Roosh. He comes from the right side, kind of all arms and legs, and features a big slider, but he changes speed. He doesn't really live at the top end of the speed limit. He lives at the bottom end of the speed limit, probably more times under 50 than over 55. Cody Runnalls looks like he's manning shortstop. I don't know who's going to be at third. We got looks like Gearing and Mansell. Seifert's still going to be at second base. It's going to be, and they're going to put Ryan Roosh, Gold Glove outfielder. He's going to be playing third base, so a lefty at third, but it doesn't really impact us here in the PLW. And we're going to start with Seth Barden leading off. We're ready to rock and roll. And Sashi Boba, everybody's got thumbs up. And here we go, game 3. Cajuns looking for the sweep. Pharaohs looking to get the bad end of a split and keep their winning ways. Boba misses up and in with 54. Barden quickly ahead 2-1. Big swing. Oh, that ball was up in the air for a long time. Sashi Boba hit it, but I think he called it, and everybody kind of, relinquished the thing, and Dave just did not look comfortable under that at all. And is that the thing that gets him going? Now you got Parker Trask. .53. Yeah, looked like Bambi out there. Looked a little lost, running around. Roosh makes a great play. What a great play. Dave throws it in vain, but that's going to be Ryan Roosh makes out a great play here. Now you got Logan Christie. Moved him down to the third spot, hoping to get some runners on so that he can do some damage. Sashi gets him low and in, 54. Get those bets in. Who will win the game? Bets are still open, it looks like. Sashi gets him looking. Now you got Alonzo Valencia. Looks like we got a lot of points coming on them Cajuns. There's a drive, but right to Manziel, just like he knew what he was doing. So they wasted the leadoff single by Barden. One left on, nobody scored. And we go to the bottom of the second. 0-0. Cajuns looking to add on. Looks like they're going to go with that same lineup with Runnalls, Gavin Manziel, Ryan Roosh, Andrew Leday, Devlin Daniel, and Cody Giordano. Parker Trask is going to be on the mound. He's looking to get these guys back in the win column. Key for him is going to be getting some outs early. Let the defense kind of play to his defense. He needs to keep the ball on the ground because they only got the one outfielder. I'd like to see them go 2-2. Logan covers so much ground. Give up the singles and stop giving up the bloop singles. Make him hit balls hard on the ground. A lot of athletes on that side of the ball, so let's see if Parker can get this rocking and rolling and keep these Cajuns in the infield. Shut down Sashi. I like it. Tara Hall taking her spot in center field.
Miller, can you grab that ball? Can you grab that ball, please? Thank you, man.
First pitch, little bloop, and Cody Runnalls does it again. He's back on base. Moved him for a guy that was hitting like 050. He's definitely found his stroke in this latter part of the first half of the season and just getting on base. I think it started with him taking a lot of walks, seeing the ball, not swinging at bad pitches, and now he knows what a strike is, and he's literally doing it day in and day out for this Cajuns lineup. Gavin Mansell, that's going to be a foul ball just off the end there. So we have those pylons there for the viewers. That is if it hits the pylon, it's a foul ball. We just kind of want to get away from the argument with the over the batter's box, over the best or not. Alonzo Valencia knocks it down. Barton's going to try and make the throw. Looks like they get double play there. Just Roosh, 1-2. Sorry about that, folks. I was doing the scorebook. Ryan Roosh looking to hit into that big open outfield. Looks like he spiked it a little bit, 52 down. Oh, he got him swinging. Yeah. So, yeah, so we got another wasted single up the middle. Both teams held off the scoreboard, and now Sashi Bobo in for his second inning. So now Sashi going out for his second inning of work with that same defense. He'll be facing Tara Hall, Josh Bosnos, and then Seth Barton back to the top. Key to Tara is you got to throw strikes. She will make you throw strikes. Tried to hit her. Well, luckily she didn't charge him. She's got that bat in her hand. She would whoop him up. Southside Sashi trying to get a... There you go. 46 in the pan. She's going to make you throw strikes. They went to the 4 infielders. I think it's smart. If she hits it over your head, it's going to be a single. And then they get her swinging. So a little different theory there. Put Bosnos at the bottom of the order. Try and get him to get this rally going. Josh looking to get the bat going. There it is, a smoke show down the line. There's a single. Now we got man at first. And probably the most legitimate home run hitter they have, Seth Barton. A lot of power out of this guy. Anything you miss, he can hit out. Doesn't matter what kind of day it is. Takes 58 from Sashi, trying to gas him up. Still get those predictions in. It looks like if you want to get about 9-1 on your money, you can bet Pharaohs. Pharaohs have been able to get a win in each series, so it's not out of the question here. Big swing. Now you got Parker Trask. Parker Trask 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice. See if Sashi can get another inning here. And he's going to be there. Little pop-up, sure-handed. Another great inning from Sashi as he keeps him at bay, wastes another leadoff single. Or another single in the inning. And now we go to the bottom of the second. Still zeros. Pharaohs 0. Cajuns 0. Cajuns going to bring up Andrew Leday, Devlin Daniel, and Cody Giordano. That sounds like a run if I had to guess. Really potent lineup here. With Leday, typically a leadoff hitter, but he's moved himself continuously back down that lineup as his lineup has gotten deeper. Give himself chances to hit with people on base. And that's been the case today as he's got a handful of RBIs. Keeping his team up and trying to keep these Pharaohs down. So he's looking to get this rally started in the bottom of the second. See if he can be the light on the train, as we like to say. As Parker Trask runs out for his second inning. Leday getting ready to go. Lead umpire Jason Buffington screaming at people, doing what he does best, telling people to get going, let's go. Okay, so now they're going to put Bosnos on the backside and put Tara to his pull side. And Seth is kind of playing a quasi-rover. I kind of like it. I mean, they got to do something. Oh, that was not a competitive pitch, but that happens every once in a while with the wiffle ball. 2-2 to arguably one of the best hitters in the league. Don't let the stats look at you, and that's how that works. Barden scoops it up, throws out Leday. Now you got Devlin Daniel. Devlin's hit some bombs this year. Again, another guy who doesn't, wind is not his issue. It doesn't matter what kind of weather you got, he can hit it out. Little fist ball that goes foul. Wakes up the Cajuns dugout. Although it is a plastic ball, so nobody ducks. Devlin's looking to reset here. Just misses down with 49. Good competitive pitch. I don't think he could have hit it. All 88 viewers, thanks for catching up with us. Last game of the weekend, 56. That was please be 56 look. That could have easily been strike 3. Good pitch by Trask. We got 2-2. He kicks and deals. Pops up in the air. Christie's got it. He's under it. Makes the routine out. Now you got Cody Giordano. First time chat. I can't read it because it's in blue, Trevor. I wish I could, but the blue is the one color that's just unseeable. Yeah, I don't know if that helps. Violated. Okay. Welcome to the chat. I see that you've made your selection on who you want to see. Violated. Okay, I like it. Welcome to the chat. Hit that subscribe button. Get away from those commercials. Get that little badge that says PLW next to your name. We see that you picked somebody. Looks like you are going with the Cajuns today with your wiffle ball points. Oh, Pharaohs all day. Okay, I like it. They have that backwards. Oh, and there's another one looking. As Parker Trask looks sharp. Did I miss an out somewhere? Oh, no. We're back to the top of the third. We got Logan Christie going to lead off the inning. It's still zeros. We go to the top of the third. It's 0-0. Got it. We're going to make a pitching change. Here comes the Cy Young Award winner, Ryan Roosh. Of him and his 20 wins, and he got a victory in the first. Looks like I might be joined up here in the booth by Adam Tannick wearing his Sand Vipers with a hot cocoa.
Are we just getting started right now?
No, we're in the third inning.
Oh, shit.
How long have you been sleeping? This is game 3.
Oh, man, they got me down there in that place. But I slept it off. So I'm
Slept it off. He slept it off, folks. So now we're going to Ryan Roosh. We got Logan Christie up. It's 0-0 in the top of the third.
So just joining here, how many innings does Roos have left?
He can finish. No, he's got 3 innings left.
3 innings left, and we are in the third.
Yeah, we're in the third, but they got plenty of innings from Leday as well.
Okay, so he can go 3, 4, 5. Leday can go 6.
Yep.
Okay.
What did we break? Oh, we broke the strike zone.
So is if I remember correctly, Cajuns up 2-0.
Yep.
In the series.
Won both series, the only run being a home run by Seth Barden.
Seth Barden, I saw that one off Roosh.
Yep.
That one I didn't think was going to get out. It's kind of high, but I guess the wind didn't hold it up.
So it kind of rode the wind. It just kept
Yep.
blowing and blowing. So he hit a nice inside-out swing.
Okay.
And it just rode the wind. Yep, exactly. And it got out by maybe 6 or 8 feet. So I mean, it was out, but we shall see what we can do. You got Ryan Roosh, who was really effective against these guys. The Pharaohs, I think they should be on the waiver wire. They should be trying to pick somebody up.
They should, and I might talk to them afterwards. I was going to talk to Logan when I saw Tara out there. Maybe they can use somebody. Maybe I can help them with something. They just don't really have a lot of equity to trade right now. We already have their first pick, so I don't mind seeing them lose some games. But, yeah, I want the league to be competitive. Maybe I can help them out.
Yeah.
Maybe Logan needs to shave the beard.
Maybe. Logan swings at the first pitch, and he swings at the second pitch.
Yeah, Roosh is kind of nasty. He is the ERA leader right now. Even with that bomb to Bosnos, 1.12 ERA is only going to get better right now if he doesn't give up another run.
PA Nighthawk wants to say, congratulations on your 100th PLW home.
Oh, PI Nighthawk, thank you for that. It was a monkey off the back for sure.
I thought for sure that Shane might have beat you to it. He was having so much more fun with the wind blowing out.
Oh my God, he's swinging at like 3-1 counts at balls in the dirt, a courtesy swing, so he can beat me like that, mother guy. He wants it. He wanted it much more than I did. But.
Yes.
Routine ground ball there to Giordano making the play. I see Giordano at short. Manziel was there the first game or two.
Yep.
Got to meet Manziel's dad.
Yep.
Over there hanging out.
Yes.
Really nice guy. Trying to get him out here to play some PCL.
The Beaver Inspector, the Vipers need Trevor Bauer.
Everybody needs Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We already heard one guy declaring for free agency.
Mm-hmm.
James Stein said, I will be a free agent at the end of the year.
He will be. He'll get something. Play for somebody. Tapper back there to Roosh makes a nice play there.
The dreaded dribbler. Probably the worst feeling in wiffle ball.
It is. I'd rather strike out than hit the dreaded dribbler.
Yeah, I would much rather strike out swinging and hurt myself than hit a dreaded dribbler and think I made a good swing and just missed it. But we are going to now. We're going to go to the bottom of the third. Cajuns looking to get on the board here as the sun goes down. I haven't been here this late. How is the weather affect? Is the wind change? Is it still blowing in? I mean,
that's pretty random. But what's consistent when the sun goes down is the shadows. Right now, it's not too much of a big deal. But we played in the shadows last night, and there was an at bat I had against Bauer, and Bauer's nasty enough, but he threw me one pitch that entered 3 different levels of shadows, and I yelled at the ball. I knew I couldn't hit it. I just yelled at it. I knew I was done.
Yeah,
I was out. It was just
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, so I asked that from Stein because, wiffle balls typically break the most in the last third of the distance. So the last 10 feet is when it breaks. When he's pitching in the sun, he's throwing into the shade.
Yep.
When Leday was out there, the shade was only just in front of the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be difficult, especially with guys that nibble and throw nasty stuff as it is, let alone battling Mother Nature.
Yeah, yep.
Who will end in 10th place? Oh, ground ball to Valencia makes the route. And he throws it over.
Looked a little bit high. It's hard to tell from this distance right here. Is that the poll? Who would end in 10th place?
Who will end in 10th place? Pharaohs got all the votes so far.
Right now, the ones did win 2 today. They beat up on a team
Yeah, they beat up on us. I mean, 4 of our top 6 weren't there, and we had opportunities, but credit to them. Well, that ball smashed, and there's Gavin Manziel hitting bombs. You cannot make mistakes against this team.
Against his former team, nonetheless.
Yep.
Is his family still here?
His brother is. Little brother's
still here. Okay. So he had a little bit of audience there.
Yeah.
That's his 4th of the season?
4th or 5th. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think it's just a matter of time. He missed that first series. We didn't have the opportunity to play against him, and he's been a consistent in this order. Left field, shortstop, batting 2 or 3 in front of these Leday.
Talking with the Cajuns, he was going to make every series except that first series.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll catch up. Yeah, still, I think the favorite for Rookie of the Year, even though there's a lot of candidates right there with him.
Oh, wow.
It's insane.
The Austin Topol kid has impressed me. Silva's impressed me. Bosnos has impressed me. Pick a Pharaoh.
Yeah, pick a Pharaoh, basically.
I mean, Kennedy for the Snappers as well has patrolled. The offense is still coming, but the defense has been
his
top-notch.
defense has been great. I'm so upset that we didn't grab him because that's exactly what we needed. And I saw him hit his first home run.
Yep, and there's another shot, but can Terra get there? Keep it off the wall? No, that's going to be 2.
I think Bird would have caught that.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, there's and so, I mean, I watched yesterday. The Vaders have been active. They grabbed Jason Walker and got a big series win. They grabbed Tyler Walensky.
Yes.
And got a big series win.
I mean, he won the entire, he was the reason of the sweep.
Yeah.
If he didn't hit that home run, I don't think the Vaders emotionally were in it.
Yeah.
And it's not just the Vaders being emotionally in it, it's the Lightning not being emotionally in it. And that was just such a dagger. It was fun. I saw Walensky hanging out all day. He was excited about that. I was excited for him.
Yeah, he's been around the league for a while, been in and out, but I don't know how weekends play for him. But there's a smash, and Leday says, I can hit a triple off the wall.
Another triple for Leday.
That's 2.
The other one, Oppo, that almost went out as well.
Yeah,
kind of missed 2 home runs there.
Yeah, I just think his hands are exceptional. He can turn on pitches, and he's seen Parker a couple times, knows what he's got, and he's like, okay, he's going to throw. He has 2 pitches he can throw. I'm going to hit this one. I'm going to pick it out and attack it.
Leday not deems himself as a home run hitter as he's doing some push-ups there. But I think he's kind of lost a little bit of power from that knee injury.
Yep.
And I think he's just starting to figure out how to hit again, almost coming in today. I think just batting 200.
Yeah, well, I also think this field plays completely different. And Devlin Daniel, and now the route is on. They've seen Parker Trask a couple of times, and they
just opened it up there, Brad, and it looks like they're going to make a change and go right to Logan Christie. What are we looking at for innings left for Logan Christie?
He pitched only spottingly. I thought for sure he started game 2, so I thought for sure he would pitch the maximum in this game.
Yep.
I want to say that he's got enough to finish.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I mean, a 5-run lead with their offense. They've only really had 3 guys in scoring position, and one was a bomb. So.
And looking out here, I don't see Baxter ever made it.
Yeah, he didn't make it. Again, I think he works weekends.
Okay.
Again, when we're in. Yeah, so when this town is a little different than everybody else. A large portion of our city works weekends, and this is when we make the most money for people in the tip industry or just in the industry at all. So, to each their own, and let them. But we're hopeful this is just a blip for season 6.
And the Pharaohs a little bit surprised me as they were a team that were playing on the weekends.
Yeah.
And then coming out, I thought they were going to be, be full strength. The team that has been full strength so far has been the Lightning.
Yeah. Attendance is definitely a big ability this season. You got to have people here, and he gets Giordano out swinging. That didn't take long.
How's Giordano's series been so far today?
Up and down, up and down.
I saw him getting here a little bit late.
Yep.
Not too late, but it still made it.
Yeah, I think he wasn't even under the line in the first game, so he didn't play. Where's Kyle Baker? I want to say Kyle has been at fishing tournaments, but I know he works a lot on weekends. So Kyle Baker, if you don't know him, we call him Hook for a reason. He was a professional fisherman, one of those guys you see on ESPN.
Professional bass fisherman, was it?
Yeah. He still has opportunities to go and still do that at some time, and that's how he used to make his living. So good for him. but he will be back. I know that he's out. Can't wait to get out here. He's one of the better guys out here. Just a good guy. And there's the new pitch that Logan threw in game 1 and got somebody looking at it.
Oh, it's a little quick step.
Like just step to the side. He got it Roosh looking, and it was a great pitch.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. Yeah.
So he came from a fast pitch tournament in Pennsylvania. Him and Lede both flew back either this morning or last night, and now he's out here. These guys are diehards. And Gavin Manziel with a big swing.
Yeah, from what I understand, they took the red eye. They couldn't even land in Vegas. They had to land in Arizona, and they rode motorbikes to get here. Stopped somewhere, and then took a helicopter to get the rest of the way.
Another big swing, and he strikes out the side, all swinging. And now we go to the top of the 4th. It's 5-0 Cajuns. Josh is up.
So like Josh Bosnos leading off here. I saw Josh make a pretty nice catch in one of the earlier games.
Yes, made a great play.
We were watching from the bar over there, and I thought that ball was gone. And it was a pretty good view there, right up against the wall. Made a nice catch.
Made a nice catch, yeah. So they got another inning where they're going to get Roosh out there. So I think after this one, he'll have one more. Okay. So that'll get them through into the 5th, and then if they have to, Lede can come in the 6th. But Sashi didn't walk out.
Okay, so Sashi could come back. If I'm right, he started the game.
Yes, he started the game, yes. He started the game, can't get a win for his own save, but he leads their team in saves. He's been their closer. He's come in when they had to, and he's a completely different look than Roosh and
lefties. Yeah, absolutely.
And that plays, and it looks like Gavin Mansell is out as he has got to go somewhere.
Okay.
So he gets his last at bat, and then they're going to plenty of guys on the Cajun bench to pick up for him.
They'll lose some on defense, but yeah, their defense still looks pretty solid here.
Well, and they have a key thing. They have 6 people playing defense as opposed to 5.
Oh, that's fair. yeah. The Pharaohs need to do something just to get another player on their roster. Oh, and that one gets under the arm, the outstretched arm of Giordano there. It looks like he reacted pretty well to that, but just didn't get his hand down in time.
Yeah, I don't know how the sun plays. Like I said, PCL, we play way early, so the sun's at a different direction.
You know, it's always brutal there, left field, but yesterday I got to experience it on the mound, and where it is right now with Roos, that ball's right in your face, and when you're throwing the ball, it affects you throwing the ball too.
51 bottom pipe.
You almost feel like the other Trevor Bauer, the Trevor Bauer no one wants to talk about when he used to play with one eye. That's kind of how it feels like when you're pitching right now with how the sun is.
And there's the quick pitch. So they got the Pharaohs. Looks like the Pharaohs are kind of running away with this poll. They're going to finish in the 10 hole. I mean, the ones did look good today. Even without their attendance, they were able to beat my Legends, but we both kind of had the same thing going on. We've had the same number of players.
Rough rosters today. I mean, we look at the back third of both of those lineups. Pretty tough. I won points the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Lost points the second game. I won a lot of points that third game. I was a gambler addict. I went pretty heavy on that third game, and you guys came through.
There's Parker Trask. Parker Trask 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a flyout.
Big daddy hack there by Trask.
He's trying to do it. I mean, they've got runners on a couple of times. I mean, they got 3 hits. And these guys just don't understand what a strike looks like.
They're just a little aggressive, and that's how it is for all of us when you kind of come in the league. But they have a whole team of that and experience there. You just don't see that same kind of pitching in PCL.
And when PLW Nation wanted to wish our own Alex Fernandez, he just had a birthday. So happy birthday, Alex. We can't wait to get you back up in the booth and get the Bombers back on the field.
I've been hearing that all week. Was his birthday today, or was it like
2 days
Thursday?
ago? Like it was 2 days ago.
Okay, it was on Friday. Okay.
Yeah, Runnalls is coming up on the 30th.
Okay. I'll do some parties over here. Some birthday parties.
This is a party all the time. Every Saturday and Sunday, all day.
All day.
So, yeah, the Pharaohs won that poll. I think it's big swing.
I think the Pharaohs are going to be a different team in that second half.
Yes.
And that's where, you're going to kind of see what teams are made out of. But, yeah, there's going to have to be some moves here somewhere, and it's going to be interesting to see what some of these teams decide to do.
Yeah, especially with free agency looming, if you're at the bottom and you can pick up a first-round pick.
Yeah.
From a again, with the way the draft was this year, the first 10 guys are solid. Like
They were all solid.
Like I would say the top 12 people.
Top 12, yeah. Because what I want to talk about James Ogren for a
Yeah.
second. He put the gym today, came up to the booth, was voted in there. He was 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I think the draft is only going to get better. The PCL's got plenty of talent down there. Adding at an alarming rate. These guys are getting added because we have free agent chips down there. We can just pick people up.
Yep.
And, you know.
That kind of takes some pressure off of the PLW draft, trying to really push everything like for a couple weeks to have a tryout. We've been talking about having another tryout.
Roosh
is up. Have another tryout in July, just a PCL only, to kind of stock PCL and also stocking the PLW draft. And with these free agent chips, they're going to keep recruiting players. A lot of the guys in the draft now, they got taken, like your own Cade Watkins came from a free agent chip.
So yeah, it's going to be. Of course, there's Chad telling us that we were wrong again. Thanks, Chad. You're the best. Just keep correcting people. So Auburn was 13th. Jake Atnip was 12th.
Okay. So yeah, top 12 was good. Auburn sucks, and we can move on.
First pick in the second round. There's a fly ball. Can Seth get there? Oh yes, he can. Drops his phone.
Brad, maybe I missed something. What's going on? I see Seth Barden here. I see Logan Christie. They got these one-legging things.
I don't understand it, but again, both these guys have no problems. Logan especially, he doesn't mind sliding, so that's his slide leg. So when he's playing the outfield, like this field is hot, it hurts when you slide. Nobody wants to leave DNA.
Oh, absolutely. We wear pants because of that reason, and we like to piss everybody off. No one seems to like the pants, but yeah, we don't leave DNA in the field because of that. And if that's why they're wearing those single legging, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, so a lot of single leggings. Again, I don't understand it, but I do understand it because if Logan especially, and maybe Seth, the same thing when if he's going to get down, it's going to be with that leg. So understand it completely.
I can see from Logan's perspective, he likes to do a lot of things for style and uniqueness. He used to wear the different kinds of eye makeup there.
Yeah.
Ooh, nasty pitch there, too.
Yeah, big sinker. Bauer's birthday is tomorrow. Everybody say happy birthday to TB.
Little Monday birthday for Bauer.
Lost the sound. I don't know if we lost the sound. Where's the sound? There's a single up the middle.
Lede really coming alive today.
Yeah, he looks good.
I haven't seen a home run out of him, but those two triples that just barely missed. That hard hit ball there. Seems like we got the old Lede back.
Yeah, again, and Stein brought this point up. He just came back from a fast pitch. He said at this speed, after playing fast pitch, this looks like a beach ball.
Oh, and maybe that's why he's looking like a little bit in the zone today.
Yes.
Devlin Daniel, home run his last time up.
Yeah, again, another guy, it doesn't matter the weather. He can hit it out. Looks like we might have a little bit of wind change here. And there's a little bloop. I think it's too slow.
Oh, that was a good hard throw there.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
I'll get him out of it.
Yeah. So
I see like we have a lot of people in chat today. You know what? I'm kind of curious. One of the topics of conversation today, just kind of around the league, not a formal conversation or anything, but I just wanted to ask the chat. Right now, if you take a 3-game series and you take the Warbirds full roster of last year, and you take the Pharaohs, what they are right now, and Logan, not Gavin. I don't know if that makes too much of a difference, but who will win in a series? Or I think the main question is, if the Warbirds played a full season against all the 9 PLW teams right now, and the Pharaohs right now playing a full season against all the 9 PLW teams right now, who would end up with the better record?
do we have an engaged Jim Dodos? Does he make 30 games?
30 games, yeah, maybe that's the maximum. He makes between 20 and 30 games.
And
the Pharaohs also are getting the same attendance they have right now.
Yeah.
They have Terror out there.
Yeah.
So who's going to win more games?
For me, it's the Warbirds.
Yeah.
I just think they had too much with Dodos, Buck,
Yep.
Matt Patricus,
Yep. Alec Holligan.
Jaden Trout.
Yep.
And even the Warfield, they could throw innings. Like literally, the attendance was never their problem. I think it was desire. And once we moved out here. This is a long drive for some people, especially the people that have jobs that don't get off till 6 o'clock.
Yep.
It's hard to get out here. Attendance kind of hurt them at the end, but and then maybe the writing was on the wall for them.
Yeah, maybe it was. Playing a full season again, maybe they find a few more wins than the Pharaohs would this year. The Pharaohs were at full strength. They had Baxter, they had everybody when they played the Warbirds.
Yeah. We got Mrs. Roosh's birthday. Mama Roosh, her birthday is coming up too. Was the other day, just happened. So, happy birthday to Mama Roosh.
Yep.
Sam Viper, Tavano's saying the same thing. If Dodos is there, Dodos is a game changer. I mean, you can go to iStats. You can click on it and say, hey, who are the top 10 hitters career?
Yep.
Batting average, OPS. Jim Dodos is at the top of that
always.
So he was
a good defender.
Gold Glove caliber defender.
Yep.
Just changed the game, and when he was engaged, it was tough to beat. So here comes the toughest at bat in the league, because Tara will make you throw 2 strikes. And then she swung at 1. Just swing. My always thing was with that Tanner Roundy threw that nasty screwball, and she roped it down the first base.
Oh, yeah. That was a nice hit for her first hit there.
And Roosh hits her with the tink-tink.
Yeah, Dodo's definitely a game changer. In that game when the Warbirds did play the Pharaohs, Dodos just had an untypical something. He didn't play well.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a hit against the Pharaohs that game. And
yeah, Dodos didn't play well, but again, he wasn't out here a lot.
He wasn't out here a lot, but even when he just came out, he always roped a couple doubles, home run here and there, put tough at bats. The Warbirds were kind of relying on him, to help him in that series. And yeah, sometimes he's talked about not liking these pressure games, these pressure situations. He played a lot with us before PLW and co-ed, and that was a little more relaxing atmosphere for him.
A little controversy there. We can't really see that bottom part of the pan. 3-1 to Bosnos, who's 2 for 2.
Oh, nice. Off of Roosh. Oh, he might have faced Sashi earlier.
Oh, 3-1. So now we go to full. But he's 2 for 2. He's got 2 of the 3 hits. And there's Sashi just gobbling it up.
Some decent contact out of Osnos there, but nothing to show for it in this third at bat for him.
Yep, third at bat. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Cajuns. And it looks like we got Giordano, Runnalls, and then whoever's going to be the pinch hitter for Gavin Manziel.
Well, on the bench, we have Gearing. Was Sashi in the lineup to start?
Okay. Okay, what was that again? So give it to me again. Who's 7? Sashi, 8. Dave, got it.
Okay, so Dave, is that correct? It's going to be pinch hitting for Sashi. For Gavin Mansell.
Yeah.
So we got Logan Christie on the mound. For the defense, it looks like we have Zoe over on third, Josh Bosnos there in left field, Parker Trask shortstop, Tara Manning center field, or womaning center field, and there he is with the bomb earlier. Rookie of the Year candidate, Seth Barden there at second base. And Giordano leading off here. That one kind of gets away from Logan way outside. Falls behind 2-1.
Yeah, Giordano 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts here. And bails him out.
2-2. Giordano with a hot start this year. Hot start last year as well. Seeing if he can stay consistent this year throughout the whole season.
How far is the main city from the field?
We can see it from here.
We can see it, but it's about 20. Well, I mean, it's 45 minutes from my house, and I live on the other side of the valley, so there's a big walk.
To get to the airport, I think it's about 20, 25 minutes, depending on traffic.
Mine's about
and that's
the same.
The main city.
Yeah.
Airport's main city.
Pharaohs, yeah, so they got one run. They hit a home run. Barden hit a home run.
Sashi chases one at his eyes there.
And that's just straight filthy. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If he's gonna throw that one.
He does a little bit of a short arm that kind of deceives you a little bit, and you think it's hotter than it is. You just don't see it properly. You're looking for something maybe up around the shoulder area. There it is again, and just kind of surprises you.
Yeah.
That's what makes Logan Christie effective as a pitcher. There it is again.
Finger ball gets him again.
That time does the finger ball. So you can throw multiple pitches from that kind of short arm angle. But yeah, so you said Dave here's pinch hitting for Gavin Mansell, who just
No, he's batting in the 8 hole. They're going to
Okay,
have Chris
okay.
Gearing hitting in this for Mansell.
Gotcha. Okay, 5-0 here. Dave been playing second base. Was with the Lightning last season as a pitcher only.
Probably one of the most well-traveled.
Well-traveled indeed, yeah.
I think he's been on almost every roster. Him and GK.
Yep. Dave has a little bit of pop. He's dead pull hitter. But anything inside, even if you throw it 65, he has real quick hands. But nice to see Dave work a walk there. And that's bad news for the Pharaohs. That's a second walk for Logan Christie.
That's the second walk, so now they got to go to Barden.
Barden's pretty effective. One of the things that stood out to me looking at Barden's stats this year is, I think it was really high strikeouts to inning ratio and low batting average against.
Well, he had that no-hitter. He threw 5.
Oh, that's where it came from.
Yeah, he threw basically five innings. Tyler Skaggs came in and pitched 1 inning because they needed that third pitcher. He had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Josh comes in and throws a no-hitter.
Yeah, but hasn't given up a lot of hits and a lot of strikeouts per 9.
Yeah, very effective. Ready to. I mean, he tries. His pitches look similar.
Yep.
Oh, Dustin Skaggs. Okay, I get him wrong.
It's Staggs. Yeah.
Staggs.
Yeah.
Dustin Staggs.
I figured that out right from the first day we met him because we were considering drafting and we did. And then during the draft, Chad wrote his name down on a paper and gave them to the draft guys as Runnalls strikes out and wrote his name wrong. Yeah, I believe there's an MLB player that's has that K in there, and I think that's why a lot of people get confused. Yeah, here's Chris Gearing. Chris Gearing, I believe, has had an at-bat before in the PLW.
Yep, and he got one in his last game.
Okay. Is he still looking for his first career hit? That's the question.
I don't know. I don't believe so.
As he pops that one up there to Logan Christie, makes an easy catch for the third out. And that's going to take us right along.
Top of the 6th. Pharaohs need to get more runs in this inning than they've had the whole series. They're going to be starting at the top of the order with Seth Barden, Parker Trask, Logan Christie. That's the way they got to get it. But for them to get there, these guys are going to have to bat twice this inning.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Brad. I took a little nap there in between this series there. I've only seen one run by the Pharaohs.
Yep, one
and it was
home
by
run.
this man coming up right here.
Yep. So Sashi Boba is going to take the mound again, which you're allowed to do in the PLW. He started the game, was pulled for Roosh.
Yep.
Roosh was effective through the middle, and now Sashi's going to come in and it's not really a save opportunity, but he's going to come in and try and close out a game he started.
Now, in MLB, you're allowed to do that. You just can't come out of the lineup. And I've seen it a couple times in these rare situations where they would take a lefty-righty pitcher and they would take that lefty and put him into left field. This is very rare. I think it happened 7 years ago. And then they have a righty come in from the bullpen pitch, and then they have the lefty come back in from the outfield and throw.
Yeah, you can't do that now with the 3-batter minimum. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. So might just be a PLW thing from now on. Unless you end up with more Shohei Ohtanis on the team.
yeah. All right, so let's get a poll up. Who do you guys want to see in the booth? Looks like it's going to be a Cajun, but who's it going to be?
So, just from what I've seen, Devlin, nice home run. He might be someone for the booth. Ryan Roosh is pitching. Might be someone from the booth. Ledea has a couple triples, some other hits. Might be someone from the booth. Cody Runnalls, always candidate for the booth. But, yeah, let's turn to the chat. Who do you guys want to see?
Don't put Andrew Ledea, though, because he won't come up.
Yeah. Yeah, I never put him in a poll.
Not to attend the booth. There's a big swing, but Seifert is there. Must be a Chicago thing because he wears his hat to the side like he's a lefty.
Oh, wasn't seeing there as they threw the ball to him. Trickles into the outfield, picks it up, throws it over to Sashi. And here's Parker Trask.
He's 0 for 3.
Parker Trask with a really tight swing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel almost he needs to breathe a little bit, be a little bit loose, and just kind of let it happen. Let that bat whip through the zone. Trying to muscle everything there. A little bit better swing out of him that way.
Yeah. But now he's behind 0-2 with a guy who will speed you up and slow you down.
Cosmopolitan bat there.
Just misses outside. Good pitch. Unfortunately, guys, you're not getting Lede up here. We'll see what that chat brings. We'll see what that poll brings up. There's a drive. Can Gearing get there? What a great play by Chris.
Almost overran that ball as he had to reach up almost.
Well, he took that first step back. And that's the outfield mentality. And this wind kind of brought it in. Let's see what the poll dropped that down for us.
Logan Christie, last hope here for the Pharaohs. As he skies that one deep into left field. Runnalls at the wall. Makes the catch, Brad.
Wow.
Oh, and he does a little dance.
Very little dancing.
And the Cajuns, after such a rocky start, sweep the Pharaohs and leapfrog in the standings.
Yeah, so they go to 6-6, and everything is right in Cajunville. I don't think there was any panic in that team.
Wait, 6-6.
Yeah, 6-6.
They had such a losing record, and now they're 500, just like that.
They're 500, tied with. They might have jumped above my Legends because of run differential.
What are the Legends at right now?
We're 6-6.
Did you guys come in? What were your
We were
record?
5-4 when we came in.
You're 5-4 coming in today. Oh, I thought you were 4-5.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5-4.
Oh, there we go. There's
2. Okay,
there we go.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Cajuns go from 6-6. So they jump the Bombers, they jump the Night Owls, and they jump the Snappers.
Wow.
And for run differential, they probably jump us as well. So they go from looks like 8th to 4th in the standings.
Wow.
So let's hit that drop down. Looks like we got Ryan Roosh is going to take that poll pretty easily. Let's see if we can get Ryan up here. The Cajuns, another sweep. Everything is right in Cajunville. We'll see if Ryan got a chance to come up here. Ryan is no short of talking about himself.
Yeah, just ask him one simple question and let him run on with it for a little while.
Exactly. We'll see if he can get him up to like Bauer's making a run to go get him.
Yeah. Ryan Roosh, ERA leader.
ERA
I
leader.
believe he only gave up 1 earned run today.
Yep.
And if he pitched the maximum 9 innings, that 1 run is based on 6 innings. So his ERA today was probably about 0.8.
Yeah.
With a 1.2 ERA coming today, that's going to probably bring him maybe enough weight to bring him below 1 since it's an early season.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be a good start. So here he comes. I see him jogging up. He had to change into his go slows.
Yep, some reason Trevor Bauer's sprinting over here.
Everybody's sprinting. You'll never see me sprinting.
Well, you might see me sprint to the bar right there because I did take a little nap.
There we go. Good for you. Good for you.
And, yeah, great weekend today. It's wrapping up now. I'm sad that it's over, but we got Roosh in here, so I'm going to leave you. Thanks, Brad.
Absolutely. That was Ryan Tannick, everybody. We're going to bring in Ryan Roosh.
Ryan Roosh.
Ryan Roosh, Ryan Tannick. I've been here a long day. Oh, and there's Ryan coming in. How you doing, my friend? Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Put that on. Can you hear everybody? So welcome to the booth. The Cajuns, the ship was, nobody was worried, but now you guys are 6-6, kind of back where you want to be.
Yes, we're headed back up again.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, so I mean, it's again, kind of we say attendance availability is a good ability this year. You guys had enough people this week.
Yes.
They did not. You took advantage, as you should take advantage. What can we say about guys like Sashi and Chris Gearing and Dave Seifert? These guys that maybe aren't the name that you know on the Cajuns, but they show up every week and they give you guys opportunities to man a full team.
They definitely do. I didn't know these guys coming in very, very well, but we put them in the spots, and every time we put them in their spots, they've done well and executed what they're supposed to do, and it's really helped us out.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in putting in people in places for a chance to succeed.
Yes.
I think you guys do that as well as anybody. Andrew kind of takes a step back and goes, okay, this is a chance where Dave can get an inning or Sashi can start a game, or, hey, Chris is athletic. He can play center field in this conditions. Yep. Give him the opportunity to succeed, and they've done that.
Yes, definitely. Dave has done great at second base. He's done really good. Gearing out in center field. I haven't seen him make a mistake yet from what I've watched. So when I pitch and he's out there, it's always good.
And then maybe the most underrated part of the draft was the Warbird secret draft that we did. You guys added Devlin Daniel. That pop is legitimate in the middle of your lineup. You had Gavin. Everybody kind of hoped Gavin would be. Your offense has come around. Andrew Leday's a known package, Cody Runnalls, but then you put Devlin in that lineup. What does that do for your lineup?
It definitely helps us out because before we'd have like last year, we weren't a heavy scoring team. You know, we'd hit little singles and, you know, whatnot here and there. But Devlin has power to do that. Gavin Manziel, adding him, you know, now we have power to start getting home runs hit, and you don't have to just rely on just a few singles here and there because that definitely hurt us. You know, we were a very low scoring team, but now that you have guys that if someone makes a mistake and they get a hold of one, it's definitely going over the fence. So that's definitely helped us out.
Yeah, I was a big believer. I had you guys number one in my power rankings from the beginning.
Thank you.
Everybody's like, well, they're Lightning, no disrespect, but I think you guys are the champs for a reason, and you got better. I think you guys got better. Logan Christie was a great addition and helped you get you over the hump. But you added Manziel, you added Devlin Daniel, you added Chris Gearing and Dave Seifert. The Cajuns got better. Look for the Cajuns to keep going up. Catch me on Thursday night, 6:30. They won't be at 7th or 8th in the power ranking. I think you guys moved up all the way to 4th, from 8th to 4th in the standings. And it looks like you've got a whole family down there ready to see Daddy. So with that, we're going to let you guys go. There he is. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Catch you guys next week, 10 o'clock.